won't be right there. They gonna have to read from the corner. Yo, Rahubat. Rahubat. So, this a message that they saying coming through Malachi, the office, the administration, however you want to say it. Again, that's what they saying, so we looking. Say Shalimar and those that are a part of her group need to cease and desist at once from defrauding our tribal congregation by misleading them with claims that they are authorized to put out our sacred doctrine, restructuring and changing names, faces, and covers, using my works to profit from it, also defrauding the tribe of thousands of dollars they collected for the Williams & Williams legal team with nothing to show, no legal paperwork, no court filings, no court sessions, etc. Nothing shown nor proven to me. Shalimar is not one of my legal wives. The Williams legal team was a game to make money off Nubian Islamic Hebrews Incorporated. Us Sabians and her son got some. Her son got some fooled. Once I'm free, I will clean that up. It is all about money. So sad. Truth is truth. Yeah, no. Now, if you paying attention, all right, because I put this in a chat, in one of the sacred chats. Nobody really spoke about it. I put the message there, but then nobody even talked about what was there. Y'all went talking about a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm telling y'all need to pay more attention. Look at what it's signed. It's signed, truth is truth. Yeah, noon. What I've been saying for the past 3 days, and when I did the isolation for 3 days, I kept saying, seek what? Seek yeah noon. Seek yeah noon. Even when I was writing y'all the letters, when we did the simulation of the attorney, the prison, the all that stuff. Remember the simulation? Okay, what I say? Yeah noon. I kept drawing the symbol. Yeah noon. Right? That's why I tell you, be ready, because this stuff is happening swiftly and it's going to quicken. It ain't going to get slower. All right? He signed it, yeah, at noon. When you read the book, 9 Degrees of Isolation, you're going to see that I was writing it out like that. YAA-NUN. You need to pay attention to that dash. You see what I'm saying? Because that dash is pointing towards something. What? NUN. It's showing you the tone NUN, which we just did the whole class on when I did the secret fish files or something like that. It was fish files, something like that? Fish files. When I showed you about nun, the word nun meaning fish and the sacred schools of that, right? Okay, cool. I need y'all to pay attention to how he writes, all right? This being a message that they're saying coming from him, if this is his message, there's something to pay attention to. One thing, let's go back. Let's start from the bottom going up to the top, right? Truth is truth, yeah, noon, right? So seek, yeah, noon. I'm on point with that. I've been saying that for the past 3-4 days. Everybody should be doing that, and I've been talking to y'all about it. And when the 9 Degrees of Isolation book come out, we'll read it on here. So don't think, oh, I got to buy it to see what it, we'll come on here and read it, right? So that you can see what I experienced with the isolation and what it means to seek Yanun and all of that. We'll talk about all of that in the book. So sad. You see those words, so sad, right? He's speaking about their condition and the things that they're doing, right? Like, it's sad that it has come to this. It's sad that he even has to say it. All right, say what? The next line from the bottom. It is all about money. He put money in all caps. Remember, I told y'all it's all about money. Go listen to the letter to Jacob York, what I say. I said, it's been money games from the start. It's all money games. Remember when I was talking about the administration sold out and they wanted us to be mad at Jacob York, talking about he did this, that, and the third. I said, well, okay, after 23 years, we still gonna just be sitting here mad at Jacob York? No, y'all are looking for somebody to be the obvious Judas, right? You want Jacob to be the obvious Judas. What about the one that's not so obvious? What about the ones that ain't so obvious? What about Habiba Washington? That was a Judas, and that would have been a Judas that was more so the Judas he was speaking about in the Prepare for the Arrival of Christ class, right? When he said what? Judas had a change of heart. The Judas that we saw have a change of heart, the main one was Habiba Washington, Abigail. She the one came and recanted the statement and said this never happened. He shouldn't be in jail. Jacob put us up to this, da-da-da-da. Okay, that was the Judas that came in, and that was the Judas that was around when Malachi said, some of y'all are going to betray me. And the main person that stood up and was like, I'll never betray you, da-da-da-da. Guess who that was? Habiba Washington. And she's one of the main ones. came at. That's why I told y'all to read 26. Came out as a what? False witness. What was Omari charged with in the simulation? Nobody ever said what I was charged with. I was charged with blasphemy. You have to understand how to read. You have to read between the lines. They were saying he blasphemes because he said he's the son of man. Woo. So what were they charging him with? Blasphemy. Other than that, they didn't have anything. When he said that the son of man will be coming on the right hand of God, he will see him sitting on the right hand of God to lock him up, or Pilate to lock him up. You see? And he was like, yo, I don't see why you would say he's guilty of this. I interviewed him and I found him innocent. You see, he was innocent from the beginning and he will be innocent in the end. Maintenance of innocence. So stay with me. It's all about money. That's true. I done went all around and it's been all about money from the beginning. When you see me with some people and we out there, we doing the lives and all of that, and then all of a sudden we not, it's because they done played a money game with me and I stepped away from them. All right? When I was talking, and last thing Ibrahim said to me was, yo, you ain't been supporting, you get all this information from me about my dad, but you ain't been supporting me financially. And I asked, I said, supporting you financially? And he was serious, like, yeah, man, you ain't gave me no money. You ain't supported me. It's like, but I see it. I can tell you everything, but you can't give me no money. I'm not. Update. All right, so this is what he's saying is update. And we're going to talk about it. So, again, at the bottom it said, truth is truth, yeah, noon. All right? We already talked about why he would say so sad, okay? We talked about the money part, right? It's all about money. That's what I've seen from a child. It's always some money stuff. And I was just talking to one of the elders in one of the stores. I said, everything I see with them is, here go an issue. The issue is this, and this is the money that's going to take care of it. Here go the issue. The issue is this. This is the money that's going to take care of it. When it comes to Malachi, right? So from hearing him speak on some of these audios or these calls and reading the letters, he always talked about how people was gaming people for money. You see what I'm saying? He talked about that all the time. So I saw it up close and personal. I tell you, go back and listen to that letter to Jacob York, and you're going to hear me speaking about what they were doing with the money and how it's all money games. Even still, now with all the books and the doctrine and all that, it's still money games. People want some money. They don't have, a lot of these people don't have no other way. Especially when they were relying on Malachi to make a lot of the stuff move and they didn't want to listen to what he was teaching. All right. They got privileged and then he disappeared. The only way a lot of these people can make money was from squandering and scheming and scamming the tribe and the family. Right. And a lot of people use their position. You see what I'm saying? You the son, so people supposed to bow down to you. You know what I mean? You to this, so people supposed to bow down. You know, and you see how people use their position because you can see how they act with whatever position they think they have. You see, it's the ones who act like the ones who stuck up and da-da-da-da. That's how you know they're using their position. So a lot of people that's out here that have a position and they're not, beating people over the head with it. They're doing what they're supposed to do with it. It ain't about being worshipped. It ain't about being put up on no pedestal. It ain't no reason to have jealousy for the next man or for the next woman when you know that your seat is secured. You see what I'm saying? If your seat ain't secured, then you're going to have an issue. You see? So that's what a lot of people dealing with now. So another thing he said, right? And her son got some fooled, right? Once I'm free, I will clean that up. That's why I tell you got to learn how he write. You know what I'm saying? He'll write and it'll be run-ons. Like he'll put a period over here, he put a period where he want to put it. You have to know where to see what the message is. So he say, and her son got some fooled. That's one sentence. And then he'll say, once I'm free, I will clean that up, right? Whose son? He's talking about Shalomar. According to the message, all right, all we have right now, I ain't heard the audio on this, but according to the message, this is coming from the wives that visit him every week. I think it's every week they go up there Saturdays and Sundays, right? It's the wives that go up there, Nebeptet, Kadeshtet, and it's another sister, Muratet, I think, Janet Goins, that go up there as the rabbi. Okay, well, one of the brothers said it is a rabbi for the females. I'll look into that. But either way, they go up there and they visit them, okay, and they come back with a message. So this was sent to me by one of the sisters early today. Like I got this minutes before I posted it. You see how I say edit at 8:30 when I put the spaces between let all this be known. That's what the edit was. I put a space between let this be known by all, and I put a space at the end of so you can see the truth is truth. Yeah, noon separated from it too, right? So I probably received this around like 8 something, maybe 8:20 something, if that, maybe a little earlier than that. Either way, I got it immediately, so I knew it was coming. And we got on the phone immediately. I said I couldn't text you, I had to call you, and she was explaining. You know what I mean? How people's going to have a problem with it and that it's not going to stop. Some of these messages don't stop certain people. It agitate and aggravate and activate certain people to do more. You see what I'm saying? If you get correction by God and you can't handle it, it's a reason for that. You see what I'm saying? Just remember I told you that. So he said, and her son got some fool. So Shalimar, the name that you see at the top, is someone who was said to be one of the wives of Malachi, right? Doing a lot of the work behind the scenes, as she was saying, to help get him free with the Williams and Williams law firm. Okay. Now, Tabitha came out against the Williams and Williams law firm. She got stoned. I was asking questions about the Williams and Williams law firm. I got stoned. You know what I mean? And all I did was come in and ask questions. Say, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? They were saying a big thing was happening last year, September. Right? That was the big thing. September. Everybody get ready because all this talk, you're going to see what's going to happen. September. Everybody going to see he's going to be in court. My father's going to be in court. My father is blah, 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 blah. That was Prince talking. Prince York Ramses. So then September came, no court. They said, just wait till October. October? My father's going to be in court. When he's in court, you have a hearing? All right. You go to see my father in court. Blah, blah, blah. October passed, nothing happened. And everybody was calling in to the courts. Everybody was calling in. People was checking out the women's with it was coming out like, what is this? Ain't nothing showing up. So people were saying, ain't nothing even showing up. And then nothing happened. And then what happens is you shift. Okay. You run your theater and you do the Into the Woods play. And then you shift and you change clothes. And you don't call it Into the Woods anymore. You call it Into the Tall Trees. Right? And people forget about what happened with the Into the Woods scam because Into the Tall Trees done showed up. But guess who's behind Into the Tall Trees? The ones who did Into the Woods. And after the Into the Tall Trees scam run out, guess what they do? They say, out of the long woods. You know what I'm saying? Out of the long woods. Out of the long woods. And people done forgot about the Into the Tall Trees. And after the out of the long woods, they say what? A forest. You know what I mean? And then it's like, it's so, you can read how close the scams be lined up. This person need money for the books. He need money for his books. He just said he don't need money for his books. He said no money gains. Well, they said it, so it must be true. So he gonna say override what he say because you want to believe them, and you also don't want to be wrong for believing them, and you're supposed to be a Nuwabian. You could be wrong. A part of being a Nuwabian is understanding that, finding that out, and getting out of the ignorance that you were in, you know what I'm saying, at that time. Or not even that, the unknowing that you were in. And once you know, you get out of the cycle of ignorance, of acting like you don't know that you done seen what was being brought forth. He been told Prince to stand down. He been told Prince to get up out the legal fight. What are you doing? You don't have nothing to do with this. Why you try to act like you're the representative? You're not the lawyer. You're not the attorney. You know what I'm saying? Da, 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 da. It ain't you I'm dealing with. He been said that. But what do? They changed their name. They changed their front. Look at what I'm saying. He changed the front. That's why you ain't hear that. And when it came to, you had to ask people like Prince York, what was your issue with Faise One? Or he tried to act like he a teacher. He not a teacher. What did he do to you? If I'm acting like I'm a teacher, what I do to you? What I do to Prince? What have I done to Ramses? What did I do to you? You see what I'm saying? No, I wasn't one of them chumps that y'all could play. And y'all get in a lot of people's ear and you play them because of your seat that you saying you have. And he put it in the doctrine like that. He said, just because somebody's my child, that don't mean they are of me. Now, I remember one part in one of these stories, a very specific book that a lot of people know about. There was a statement being made about a hereafter that would come. Everybody talking about the hereafter doctrine that we end after the year 2000. A hereafter would come, and then a prince would come. He said a prince is coming, and that prince is a prince of the world. It has nothing in me. You see, it's in the book. Speaking about Jesus saying that there will be a time hereafter, right? Hereafter is a word that was used saying a prince cometh that have nothing in me. And the dude, Ramses, named Prince, and he ain't like his dad. He kick it. He kick it to the people who don't know no better. A lot of y'all coming in news, why I tell y'all be cautious. I wouldn't, what you think? You think I have a thing? You think I'm starting a new type of Nuwapu? You think I'm trying to re-release his books? You know what I'm saying? As call it this and that. And you think that's my thing? That's not my thing. So I'm telling you to be cautious of the wolves who parade themselves around as sheep, or rams as lambs. You see, and look at the word ram, because you gotta watch that pen of Malachi. It's lethal. Another name for Prince is Ramses. Ramesses. He said rams as lambs, and there's people in the tribe. He said, I heard that there's one amongst us that thinks they're me. Everybody want to ignore it and act like he didn't write that. Who he talking about then? Who he talking about? If he and this was years ago. There's one amongst us think that they're me. There's only one me, and just because you're my child don't mean that you're me. Y'all know who he talking about, but y'all want to play them games. It's okay. Everybody want to keep playing games. All the people that's pro Ramses, keep playing them games. I keep telling y'all pushing this, pushing that. Y'all been advocating for Williams and 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 Williams. And I'm like, okay. I went to one of the temples. I said, did Malachi say support Williams and Williams? One of the brothers Dentut said, yeah, he did. I said, okay, what were his words? He said support Williams and Williams. I said, how did he say it? What was his words? And the sister Waki was sitting there right next to me, 3 feet from me, right? And I'm looking right at him. And he said, well, he just said it. And another sister, I guess was his mate, was like, he did say that. I said, well, how did he say it? Y'all say he said it. I said, when Malachi says something, he gonna say, let my word, and Waki finished the sentence for me. She like, let my words be known. And I looked at her, she looked at me. Waki ain't no fool. Right? And she was saying she had questions about Williams and Williams too. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? That everything is, you're supposed to seek and find these answers. So when I looked at Williams and Williams, there was a few interesting things that I found. One, something being so simple, the W and W. When you write out W-A-W, that's the letter whoa. Okay? Actually, the number, well, the wall. It's wall. The letter wall, the sixth letter. Right? 6. Whoa. Go look it up. You see? And when I saw it, I said, that's W-A-W, Williams and Williams, wall. 6. And you know who people are when they come up under the 6. You see? And the certain things they'll do is the 6. I'm like, so what is this, a deception? This was a while ago. And I started to investigate. And I looked at how people handled me. If I ask you a question and you get defensive, so I already know, there go my answer right there. If I'm asking you something, it'll turn from me asking you a question to now it's like we got to go to war. And all I did was ask you a question when we just got on one of their recent calls, when they did the national call. And all I asked them about was the 144,000 as it pertained to December 31st, 2025. If that was something that was being said, and they said to me in the middle of a question and answer segment that we ain't answering no doctrine questions. First of all, I don't know who the fuck you niggas is. I don't know y'all niggas. I'm there for certain people. I got respect. But you almost got a tongue lashing. I almost exploded on that whole administration just based off of allowing me to be disrespected by this one off-brand UK ass nigga. We don't know y'all, first of all. That's why I had to say to them, what happened to them days when we talked to each other like Nuwabians? Nigga, I'm not your subject, and you can't come in here, bro, and talk no UK accent and think I'm finna fall in line. Nigga, I ain't come up under that white spell. That shit was removed from my generation before we got here. Nigga, you better talk to me straight. As soon as I answered the question, the accent and everything faded away. No, we're not talking anymore. He went from north to dump bruff and all that shit, and then it became, well, we're not doing the doctrine questions right now. I'm like, what the hell happened to the man's voice? All the 6 ethers started steaming up in them. They couldn't even hold it. You want to know why? Because I told them who was talking. When I got on the mic, I said, this is Faise One. Everybody nuts froze. What? Like, how does man get in the car? We don't never get in the car. Exactly. You got to watch out for the one that come around and he dip in and dip out. You ain't seen me. I come to people temples like that. Show up, bop. They know I'm coming. Like, meaning they know I'm coming when I'm coming in. But ain't no announcement. I pop up, bop, and I was there. Whatever I needed to see, I saw. It's different for me now. I didn't make it this way. It's just what it is. I walk in the temple. I walk around. Some people walk in, they sit down. No, I walk in, I'm looking at stuff. I'm touching stuff. I say, can I have that? They say, yeah, you can have that. I walked out with one of the artifacts from Tamaray. They gave it to me. And I'm not bragging. I'm saying it's different when we come in. It ain't regular. So when I can't say, yo, Rahubat, Musad, this is Faise One, everything froze. They froze up. I know they did. So when I asked my question, I could have asked anything. I could have asked about bacon. I could have asked about Ukraine. I could have asked about El Qadir. It don't matter what I would have asked. They would have said it was a doctrine question and it ain't the place for it because they don't have the answers to the questions that I ask. And they don't want to say in front of everybody when they standing there with their back straight in a UK accent or whatever the hell, or I'll go and see him, whatever this is. You don't want to say you don't know the answer. That's fine. But you ain't finna play me either. So they really drug it out. It could have been a 30-second thing. I asked my question. It's a little in depth. You give me your answer. Either you don't know or you know. Did he say something about it? And then we move on. All that, you think you finna play me by saying it's a doctrine question? I said, niggas, I didn't ask a doctrine question. I asked a real life question. He said, doctrine is real life. No, it isn't. That's what you niggas not understanding. How is doctrine real life when you don't know nothing about no Rishkiana? You ain't one of them. You don't know nothing about no El Kadir. You ain't never had no encounter. You don't know what the green light is. You know, like, what are you saying? Doctrine is real life. Okay, where Abraham at? Right now in real life. Because that's a part of the doctrine. We still learning about Abraham them. We still learning about the Adamites. Show me Adam. We still learning about Draconians. You ever been to Sirius? Is you serious? You ever been to Sirius A, Sirius B? Were you on Sirius C before its destruction? No, you don't know nothing about that. So doctrine ain't real life. Stop fucking trying to play me like I'm one of these people wandering around with their eyes hanging out their head. Like, what? No, doctrine is real life. Yo, you ain't real life. Because ain't no way. It took everything in my bones, though. I promise you. Because when bro came, we're going to just go ahead and move. I said, yo, who? I literally did like that. That was my response. I said, yo, who? I said, okay, you got it. Because it was finna turn into a whole thing. And then one of the other brothers jumped in and was like, we're going to let the brother finish his question. Right? I thought it was the same nigga. I thought the nigga had a change of heart. But then it turned out it was two different niggas. I talked to one of the side. I said, who was the nigga that was like, yo, we're going to let him answer this question? You know what I'm saying? And she was like, that's this person. I said, who the nigga that was saying the other shit? The da-da-da-da-da. Oh, that's him. I said, I don't like him. He ain't going to be that long. I don't like him. Because who you think? You don't know who you talking to. Like, what? You didn't have the answer. Just be quiet. Y'all trying to act like y'all know what's going on. A lot of y'all niggas new coming in and you think this is a business. You think Malachi being locked up is a business so you can have some seat. The moment he come out of that prison, nobody gonna know your name. You're gonna cease to exist. Mark my words. These people gonna cease to know. Nobody even gonna care. All that fake shit y'all been kicking that you got a seat and you have a position and somebody's supposed to look up to you and some of us go see him. Yeah, some of y'all go see him. What's happening with the tribe? You mean to tell me you step into God's presence and you come out and the tribe is like this? You see what I'm saying? That same person want to tell me that we got to wait on him to get out so that we can leave. But in 2023, she was working on herself so she could get out and so she could leave the planet. No, I was standing right there in front of you June 26th when you said, all right, come on, family. Or I think it was June 24th or 4th because they had 3 different days. So June 24th, she's like, come on, family. This 2023, our last pickup year. We got to get ready to go. Come on, y'all. We got this. And I'm standing there in the crowd and I said, loud enough for just a few of the elders around to hear me because she didn't hear me. I said, 2023. I said, it's 2030. And they just looked at me. The elders don't even say nothing. If you pay attention, those of y'all who be around, some of y'all, it's so crazy. This shit should be loaded with Nuwapians. This live should be loaded with Nuwapians. This live should be loaded with Sabaeans. But they swear they understand what's moving. But they being bamboozled left and right, not using what we were taught. And they want to make me the enemy. Then they had the nerve to say, some of them had the nerve to say, oh, you trying to be another Malachi. You trying to be his successor. I said, y'all think there's a successor, something wrong with y'all. What do you mean? Be a successor to what? You mean I'm to inherit y'all? People who don't listen, people who would abandon me and leave me for 23 years and let me suffer and tell everybody about how I'm suffering and then go party. The main ones who we was hearing about who we suffering through was the motherfuckers who was partying. The ones who was out here living their life, doing whatever they want to do. On ski trips, sending postcards. You want to know how I'm knowing this? Because he said it in the letter I read. He said they sending me postcards like it's a fun time. I'm in prison. He said they think they smiling in the postcards is helping. He said that's not helping me. I'm locked up. You see what I'm saying? They want to send me pictures from the ball. Those are his words. They want to send me pictures of postcards from the ball. I'm in prison. This ain't no happy time for me. But y'all were having a good ass time. And then come on and say he's suffering. And the next thing you know, y'all in Switzerland skiing and shit. I don't know if they can over there. But point is, how? When you got all that time and money on your hands, how come every time something happened with an attorney and some money is needed, next thing you know, all the administration got money to go on trips, all kind of stuff. buildings being bought. You know what I mean? People buying new houses, cars. I'm like, yo, what? If you got it like that, why are you asking the tribe for money for the attorneys? Y'all think I'm playing? Prince York and Ramsey, who was Prince York, was in one of the chats and was flexing money. Had the money up to it, had like a whole big stack of hundreds up to his ear, right? Up to his face, holding it up, how them niggas be holding it up, riding around in a G-Wagon. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he got it. While you in the same chat where you asking people for money for your dad, for the legal, to help him. You flexing money. You flexing a G-Wagon. How about sell your G-Wagon and that big ass wad of money that you got right there, you put it toward whatever you saying y'all got going on. Oh, I got Akon and his wife to put some money in. All right, you put that big ass stack in and you sell that G-Wagon. This is your father's freedom. So help. But these niggas ain't want to help. They want to play games and make money off the tribe. Don't worry. Like I said, you see that word defrauding right there? Okay? When he put it in there? Like I said, everybody who dipped their hand in that pot gonna have to answer. Not even just to the man. I'm not talking about just to Malachi. Oh, you gonna have to answer. Because, you stole funds and you misappropriated funds. You committed crimes. Don't worry. Everything happened for a reason. You stole and misappropriated money. You took from the tribe. Or took from the family, tribe, nation, whatever you want to call it. And said it was going toward a lawyer. You stole. You see? And when it came time for people to ask, say, what's the documents? Oh, you got to sign up to be a part of the war room. The war room was a bunch of people listening to Malachi's audios. I tell you, they shop his audios. They record him while he talking on the phone. He don't be permitting people to do that. Because what he do when he find out they did it? He said, take it down. Right? So they record his audios and then they shop it. They go around with it like it's diamonds, and people be so enamored to hear Malachi speak. They know that, so they use that to their advantage. And people think if they hear him talking, that means something moving. Yo, this been a long-ass phone call then. Since 2002. It's been a long-ass phone call party. And he asked what's going on with Williams and Williams a few times on the phone. Telling people to find out what's happening with that. You see? But they'll kick it a certain way. I'm just telling you my observation. If this is what he's saying, I'm telling you, if it's what he's saying, everything on there except the doctrine part, I can vouch for I heard him talking about. Okay? All right, let's keep moving. So when he said her son got some full, that's Prince York. And he got, his some is an understatement. He got a lot of motherfuckers full. You see what I'm saying? The man don't care nothing about his dad. That man done tried to backdoor his father's wives. People that are known to be his wives, try to backdoor, say, you need to get with me. I'm a young man. Look at me, showing pictures of him with his, cars and stuff like that. Why you want to be with concubine? Why you want to be that? You should be, why you want to be with an old man and da-da-da-da. You don't know what her position is. You know what I mean? Wife don't mean the same thing for everybody that it means to others. You see? Wife, some people hear the word wife and they think of a sexual object. You see? Some people think the word wife, it don't have to have anything to do with sexuality. It can have something to do with somebody having a seat to oversee something. And they're credited and honored as a wife or partner to the one who's the censor of whatever it is that's being operated. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all the truth. Listen, the nuntat, I told y'all to pay attention though. When we went through certain rooms and I put it on my story and I say, let's go here. And we go to the Here at the Doctrine room. What I tell y'all, everybody pay attention. Right? As soon as we went in the Here at the Doctrine room, what the Sabians was doing? Fighting, debating, arguing. You know what I'm saying? Then the Wabians want to come in and argue. Then the Sabians argue. What I tell y'all saw me say this if you paid attention. Right? I said what? I said y'all don't know, or y'all may not be paying attention. A lot of new people just came in here and they trying to figure out what's going on with the doctrine. Right? And all they seeing is y'all arguing. They're not even getting to figure out what the Here at the Doctrine is. And these people have interest in it, but all they see is y'all fighting each other. What them niggas do? Shut up. And they went back to fighting each other. I'm telling you, this is real life. I was there. even in the calls, right? When it came time for us to read, they don't like questions being asked, and that's not us. You're supposed to be able to ask questions and have a build. Sit and just listen to somebody read? What are you talking about? That's never been that. And then you set it up so questions can be asked. So people were allowed to ask questions, except who? Faise One. When I ask or when I spoke, what they say, well, we don't want people centering themselves. We don't want, this. If you're going to ask, some of y'all tried to ask me a question. They were asking each other questions. Somebody said, I got a question for Faise. Well, we don't want it to be centered on Faise. First of all, when we came in here, it was 60 people, right? By the time I asked the sister, do you want to open the gate? It was over 1,000 people came in, right, to learn. We had to deal with all the extra stuff they had going on, and Prince was allowed to be running rampant, bouncing around the walls. Then there was a Tasmanian devil in the room, and nobody wasn't handling that until she finally muted him. Then when he muted her, he was using other niggas to come in and be gens for him, like Nadif, and all that's recorded. He was using them other niggas to come in and start problems. How do I know? Because I was added into one of the other groups, and them niggas was literally sitting there scheming on how to disrupt the room. And then they'll go in and send other people to go in and disrupt the room. Ask them this. They don't know what they're talking about. Throw this over there. Throw that over there. And they would scheme, and they would go in and disrupt her room and disrespect her and all of that. And then she had to mute them. And she would be, I'll tell you, being a little too friendly about this. You see what I'm saying? You don't understand. These people don't care nothing about the doctrine. They don't care nothing about the man. They don't care nothing about none of that. They here to cause problems. They are disagreeables. They've been doing that from the very beginning. You know what I'm saying? Either way, eventually Nuntap ended up turning on me also and said, you're not Baba. I don't even know what. Oh, I do remember what made her upset. What made her upset was super weird. What made her upset was what? The Hindu. Exactly, the sham. When I asked about the shams or the Hindu or the UFOs, as they call them, or the flying chariots, when I said, okay, this is an off-planet doctrine. What's going on with the shams right now? What's up with the Hindus right now? Who's going to be getting on them crafts? And how do we prepare people to make that transformation so they can get on the craft? What'd you say? Oh, we don't want people to be fearful, or we don't want to, get everybody afraid. Afraid of what? I said, I remember Malachi saying, you seeing God coming from out of heaven and you get scared? You must be on the side of the devil. I quoted that. It got quiet. I said, yeah, I remember him saying that. So why would anybody be afraid of me talking about ships coming to pick people up? That's not scary. But we don't want to mystify the doctrine. It's a part of the doctrine. Like, where we at? A part of the doctrine is some ships come and get people out of here. That's a part of it. I think the main reason why you don't want to deal with it is because a lot of y'all is devils and you don't feel like you're a part of that conversation. So you would rather keep people really in the mystified part of it. Because they putting out information now about the UFOs and hellfire dodging, missile being ships and disclosure projects and above majestic, unacknowledged phenomenon. Trump in them administration, they extraterrestrial ass is exposing stuff. All that's coming out now. Everything he was talking about from Leviathan 666, the man from Planet Risk, the quantum technology, all that stuff is coming out. Why are we not talking about it? But y'all want to talk about the doctrine and economics and money and sell the books. In the books, he's talking about the Hindus. The ships. You ask that, what's a Bananu? What's a Bennu? Hindu. What was the Mu? Right? A lot of that's in the Holy Tablets. Mu is in the Holy Tablets. The vehicle of light, or rocket, as you want to call it, whatever you want to call it, a starship is there. All right. The Bananu, the Thunderbird, what is that? Oh, it's a bird. Okay, what is it? When the Native Americans were talking about a Thunderbird, what was it? It was a ship shaped like a what? A boat, an ark. Right? Y'all pay attention. Another message just came through. 3 green comets that they track and say, you got 3 green comets coming, passing through. Them 3 green comets, if you go and look up what they call them, you see one got the A, another one got the R, and another one got the K. A-R-K, ark. Now go watch that movie, The Day the Earth Stood Still. Right? And you're going to hear them mention about arcs. Right? You go watch that movie Knowing, and at the end of the movie Knowing, you saw the arcs taking off. Not a boat. Because the boats ride on water, and there were boats that flew in the sky in ancient Egypt. You see? So if I'm talking like this, it should make sense, right? No, it's a bird. Come on, man. Get out of here. And we done got this far, right? He is Chief Black Thunderbird Eagle. Thunderbird. He was able to show y'all the ships. Some of y'all witnessed it. How did you go to sleep? He was able to point and ships show up. How did you go? What happened? You see? I'm telling you what happened. Leviathan, Kingu, the spells that were supposed to have been broken, it latched on the people and took over. And they went to sleep. And they succumbed to ignorance. They see but they don't see. They hear but they don't hear. That's what he called the spell of ignorance. You see that? So they don't want to talk about the Hindus. When I brought up the Hindus, that's when I became the enemy. I sat there and broke down, cried. I talked about a dream I had, broke down, cried on in one of the rooms and all kind of stuff. Some of y'all witnessed this stuff. And when I asked about them ships, then I became the enemy. Then it was about I want to center myself. Then it's about I think I'm Baba. Then I became, oh, you want to be his successor? And no matter how many times I done told these people, you done bumped your head if you think I want to inherit this. No, only one who know what to do, whatever the hell y'all are, is him. That's not my role. You done lost your fucking mind. No, it's he. He is the man of the hour, right? You don't even have to say I'm anything other than someone that's bringing that message about that. And if I'm bringing people home, what the fuck is the problem? I'm the one who didn't do that. Everybody else tried to slight him. Everybody. Brother Polite, he know it. B. Dale said he was just talking about it recently. He know it. Rashad Jamal, that ain't even nobody. Y'all made him somebody. That ain't nobody. Right? He know he lied. Nigga, you know you lied. All that, I'm a 23. You know you don't know nothing about what you're talking about. And the only reason why I irritated you is because I told you that and you couldn't prove it. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't prove that you know. Which is why you had to talk about what. Remember Rashad Jamal's rebuttals? He didn't get no girls in high school. You're one of the 23 scientists that created the cosmos and you're asking about whether or not I had girls in high school. And you ain't paying attention to your situation? And why that's not even something that I would, in that situation, why are you even speaking about high school, anything? Relationships, anything. That should be the furthest thing to ever come out your mouth, typed or anything. But the first thing your mind went to is whether or not I had girls or I was having sex in high school. You weird. You see what I'm saying? Can't hide it. You couldn't deal with the extraterrestrial part, the incarnate part. What's your name? You one of the 23 scientists. All right. What's your name? Intergalactic. What's your galactic name or your intergalactic name when you're out of this realm? And what are my brothers' names? What are the brothers' names who are also associated as scientists? What are their names? Tell us. Simple. And he couldn't. Cause why? Because you can't. Ain't no way you can unless you copy off of Malachi York's paper. So all that, everybody that they all did that, tried to make it seem like they were saying that. That's how I found out who Rashad Jamal was. Somebody showed me that he was saying that Malachi's information was like the older information and he was like the update version. He was updated. What? I'm like the updated Malachi. Oh, but you told Arcades can see that you never read his books. But then you posted his books on your story in 2021. One of the brothers had the receipts of that. Then you told people they weren't ready for his information. How you know they're not ready for his information if you ain't never heard his information or never read his information? You're a fucking liar. You a jinn and you cast it out. So they got people that was directed towards that tried to act like, you know what I'm saying, they were him. You can't say Omari did that. Omari was inspired and is inspired by Malachi. Everybody know where my teaching style come from. Well, let's get it clear. My teaching style comes from two places, not just one. The main source of my teaching style is Dr. Malachi York. The other source of my teaching style is my dad. It's in my genes. Now, who is my dad's teaching style sourced from? Malachi. My dad got his own little flavor with it. But when you hear my dad speak on some of them tapes, he sound like Pops. How does he sound like Pops? Because he's inspired by Malachi York. We're not afraid to say it. Then you got people running around here. Initially, this Buddha was black. I'm like, nigga, ain't that your father? You ain't listening to him as one of your teachers? You put Dr. Ben as one of your teachers. You put all these other niggas. You said you're five. The nigga got on my live and said, I'm a 5%er. Your father already overrode all that. Cleared up the 5% shit and everything. You understand? Solved the problem book. And all of that. And what happened? You list everybody but him. You disrespect your father. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And he had an issue with me. You start seeing a pattern. And you say, what did I do to him? I never once did anything to him. He had secondhand animosity. We're not even gonna go through all that. That was too much. That was a lot. That was a lot for a long time. And I was saying I couldn't even believe it. I said, this is what these people care about. This is what they focused on. You see? So a lot of y'all witness certain things, and I'm still here. Where everybody else done went off to. They still trying to run their businesses. Right? They get mad at me. He always asking for money. I can ask people for money because they know I'm asking for it. I'm not like scheming or scamming people out of it. You know what I'm saying? Or selling, make-believe potions. I'm not. So I can ask people for funds that go towards stuff that I'm doing. Right? If I need to go to the studio, record a song, I can ask people for that. It's not an issue. You want to know why it's not an issue? Because I'm transparent with them. I'll tell them this is what it's for. Or I'll sell my books. I don't sell Malachi's books where I don't got to do no work but copy and paste and get some money. These niggas is lazy. They don't want to put no type of works in to get stuff done. You see? So, yeah, there's a lot of people that deserve that whole you trying to be Malachi thing. I'm not trying to be Malachi. He been told me not to be him when I was 7. He already beat y'all to it. When I was 7 years old, I told him in my dream that I wanted to be like him. I said, I want to be just like you. Right? When I told y'all he walked out from behind my grandmama's house and he had on that all white and he was doing the George Jefferson walk, you know what I'm saying? Doing the little limp, the pimp limp, you know what I'm saying? I said, Master Teacher. And that's what I used to call him back then. I said, Master Teacher. And he said, Rahubat. And he kept walking down the street. I said, I want to be just like you. He said, no, you don't. Remember, I'm 7. Right? So I didn't even understand why he would say that. I said, I want to be just like you. He said, no, you don't. And he turned a little bit. He said, you want to be like you. And he kept walking. Right? That ain't no 7-year-old dream. I told my Umi that as soon as I woke up at my grandmama's house. You see what I'm saying? I said, he told me I want to be like me. You see? And my Umi just smiled. Right? Because what? He saw me. Now, all y'all who try to be him, that's tough. He beat me to that and said, don't do that. And now, as I get older and as we get closer to him coming home, I see why. Because all of y'all who tried to be him, you defrauded everybody who followed you. Y'all couldn't just teach. You notice, can't nobody just teach, right? Nobody can just teach. You touch this information, you automatically transform into elder number 7 or some shit. You see what I'm saying? I was Nusku. I was Gabriel. Yo, okay, who you is now? I'm Gabriel in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, can you just teach? Can you just teach the information? You don't have to pick a character. Nobody said do that. Just teach the information. But every time anybody overstanding me? Am I losing anybody? And everybody want to be the best ones too. Nobody just want to be nobody wanted to be Uriel. They thought Uriel was lame. I'm like, that nigga don't get no. Nobody want to be Uriel? Damn. Everybody want to be Gabriel. Everybody want to be Michael. He already said who Gabriel was. Malachi, in the books of the Bridge of Salvation, he was speaking about Master Fraud being, Gabriel in the story. And him being Michael. Got a nigga came on here and said, I'm Michael. Bro, can you just, what's your name? You know what I'm saying? My name is Jonathan. Okay, nice to meet you, Jonathan. You know what I'm saying? Can we deal with the information before you start saying who the fuck you are? You know what I'm saying? Introduce yourself by name. What did your mama name you? Jonathan. Your mama named you Jonathan. I'm going to call you Jonathan. You know what I'm saying? That's how we moving on from here. All that I'm this and I'm that. Listen, everybody got an answer. Everybody ask me, what about young elder? Young elder got an answer too. If he's elder 23, if that's what he say, he gonna have to show that. You know, I ain't have no reason to take out my sword because he was saying he pushing to help Malachi. He don't have to answer to me. Well, you have to show that. If everybody has to. You think anybody is exempt? Just because you don't see me address something in a moment, don't think it won't ever be addressed. So, and then remember, your elder was like, I think I know who you are, Faise. And what I say, for those who were paying attention, I said, nah, keep it. I said, nah, you don't even got to worry about it. I said, now who am I? Who do I claim to be? He said, I think I got an idea. I said, no, it's all good. I don't need that. I don't need you to put out an idea of who I am. Who am I claiming to be? Now, y'all tell me. Which elder? Do, 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 do. Which Holy Tablets character? Do, 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 do. I mean, it's so many to choose from. You mean to tell me I've been in it this long and my name is still Faise One? You look at my page, it still say Omari. It doesn't say Khufu of the third dynasty. You see what I'm saying? I ain't claimed to be none of this other stuff. But all these other niggas are claiming I am such a sataret. What? I am such a set and intellect wet. What? What? That's what I'm saying. What? No, that's a part of my name. What? So you question yourself at the end. Like, what the hell? I'm telling you, all these paradiddles. That's what I be calling these niggas. That's what it sound like. You know what I mean? Like, who is you? Yo, what your mama call you? Travis. All right, Travis. Damn. You didn't like Travis? Travis can be dope. We had Travis Porter. Travis Porter, get in there. Like, just, you know what I mean? Make a name for yourself. Not make a name for yourself. Like, damn. Nigga be just joining forces. Voltron names. I am Tahuti Aziz. Yo, you can't. What? I am Tahuti Aziz Baphomet Sophia Anpu. Bro, what? And y'all think I'm lying. I am Amun Ra Kali. I am Kali Amun Ra. You're who? You're Hindu Egyptian? Yes. Yes. That's why I'll be like, did this person talk to you? They know not to talk to me. They know not to come nowhere near. I am Kali. Okay. Kali what? Kali Buddha? No, Kali Amun. You confused me. You said Kali, right? Like, but not the Kali. Kali what? Kali who? Which one? Which Kali now? Okay, Kali Amun Ra. All right, what are you talking about? The sun. All right, anything else? No, that's it. Okay, so you do the sun weather. All right, now, what's happening? It's so many of them. You start losing count. Everybody's this person, everybody. And it went from niggas just, names wasn't enough. Now the government got to be after them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm telling y'all, the government is after me. And you're telling us on the government sites, on the government platforms, on their phone, on their technology, and they can't find you. Nigga, I can find you. Yeah, you're gonna tell me Uncle Sal can't find you, and they looking for you. And nah, man, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Everybody got to be a reincarnated somebody that was somebody. Nobody's name was Charles. It was just, everybody was just, Tupac, or everybody was, Biggie, or everybody was, you know what I mean? You can't just be, nobody want to be like the people that don't think get no glory. I was MLK. You know what I mean? You didn't want to say like somebody that you don't think had MLK status. We done with all that. It's over. Don't y'all hear it? Ain't it quiet out there now? That whole spirit thing. Where Billy Carson at? Billy Carson went to war with West Huff, and West huffed and puffed and blew the house down, and they took one little clip, and Billy, if you really paying attention from a scholarly standpoint, Billy still came with points. They didn't give a damn. They took them clips, and they promoted that shit like it was the end of the world. You see what I'm saying? Next thing you know, Billy quiet. What happened with Billy? You know what I'm saying? 19 keys, he running out of stuff. He don't know what to talk about now. He's just talking. He don't know. He can't decide. Because where you gonna go? You're running around in circles, bouncing off of walls. You can't go no higher, and you call yourself the higher level. Yet you still up under Islam. You still up under the Arabs. What are you gonna do? You're gonna have to come home. Now, when he come home, ain't they gonna have to come home? If they don't, where they gonna go? Where you gonna go? You know your doctrine is not advanced. Because if your doctrine is so advanced, why you keep running? Let's play. If you got it like that, bring your cards. I got mine. It's time to do. If not, then okay, how about this? You do what you did, which is what he did. He blocked me. And they ran off to the sides of the whatever universe and started to cease their existence. You could have been right there in the center. Nobody told you to do that. So all that claiming names, that's over with. Don't come telling me who you are. I'm telling you, I don't know why, but I don't care. I'm the one who don't care. Don't come telling me I am this elder. All right. How long you been old? That's what that's gonna be my response. How long you been old? Niggas just gonna, y'all don't even know how to respond to that. So y'all niggas just gonna turn around and just walk away. Remember the Jesus, they used to ask some shit and then he answered them, they just leave. They departed. They depart from Jesus after he say shit. They don't know how to respond to that. I am such and such elder. How long you been old? What? You said, huh? Yeah, adios. Fuck up out of here. We tired of it. It's over. It's been long enough, ain't it? Ain't it been long enough? Ain't y'all tired of the games? Spiritual people, y'all, ain't y'all tired of the games? Ain't y'all tired of everybody being everybody? I'm star seed. You star seed. Okay. Your seed came from this. Okay. When you say you star seed, what that mean? All right. I'm going to show y'all the illusion right here, right now. Everybody in the comments, okay, tell me what star seed is. What does it mean to be star seed? See, you thought you knew what it meant until you get asked. That's how it happens. Now you got to think, what have I been saying? Yeah, what have you been saying? Okay, right now, explain to me, what is a star seed? What is it? We should be loading up with information now. I don't know. I don't know. Right. You know what I'm saying? To come from a star. To come from a star? Like, all right, you know what a star is, right? You look out there, you go outside, you see one. It's called the sun. It's a star. All right? You mean like they just came from up out of there? They came out of the star and did what? Okay. Do you see how this could happen? You see what's happening right now? A seed from the stars. Nothing gets past you. All right, check this out. Explain it. Something that grow. Did you say that? Some shit that grows stars. All right, go ahead, log off for me. Is it how they say we are from stardust? All right, so then everybody's star seed. If you're saying we're from stardust, then everybody's star seed. Why do you think we're the chosen ones or the star seed? What are you saying? You don't know what you're saying. You want to know why you don't know what you're saying? Because you got people out here teaching it and don't know what they're saying. They're running off with it. Orion and Sirius are the stars and we are the seeds. Who is we? What do you mean we? All right, I'm about to pull you up. You ready? Opsiris. You don't have to be ready, Opsiris. Who is we? Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, I'm really telling you to pick. Opsiris is crazy. I got to go back to that. That's insane. Like, you really wrote that out. But look, check this out. Right? What do you mean we? We the seed from it. How we get here? This is how you gotta do this. Stop thinking you gotta be an asshole to ask questions. Just ask. They gonna call you an asshole anyway. Okay, be an asshole. There you go. I just gave you something to do. Say you're an asshole. No, I'm an asshole and you don't like questions. I'm gonna ask whole questions, all right, and you're gonna give me part answers, and I'm not gonna accept them. I'm doing great. So I have for asking. Thank you for asking. You see? So, all right, how we get here? All right, we just found out through Opsiris that this what do you say? Orion is Sirius is the stars. Orion is not a star. All right, let's stop right here. Okay. Let's take a breather. Orion is a star system, a constellation. Sirius is a star system. So you're saying, but how? Okay, this is how we got to get to it. How did the people get here that are seeds that came from Orion and Sirius? You see? And look, there's nothing wrong with saying what? I don't know. Why, your ego is telling you got to make something up. You don't know. So you'll never know if you keep acting like you know, because your ego going to stop you from knowing. You'll never find it if you think you already got it and you don't got it. For example, you leave your house and you think your wallet is in your pocket and you get all the way to the restaurant and you ate your food, all that, you thought you had it. You didn't have it, right? Bill come around, you asked out. That's on you, but you never checked, all right? But you thought you had it, but you didn't have it. So can you use that wallet? No, because it ain't with you. Once somebody tell you don't got your wallet and you ignore them and you keep going, all right, you get to the restaurant, that's on you. Here I am again telling you, you don't got your wallet. Go back and get it. Go get the wallet so you can actually have it. You can know what you're saying. And if you get there and there ain't no wallet, you're going to walk to the restaurant and go through that anyway, knowing you don't have no wallet. You're going to still invite her to the date? All right, I don't know, but that's on you. They say their origin is from planets of other star systems and they were seeded here to be born to save the world. All right, make them explain it. Don't just let them say that. Make them explain it, how you get here. When you open up and read the Holy Tablets, he don't say, I'm a star seed. That man talks about how he became, how he got here, the pathway they took through the stars, what types of vehicles were driven, how they were driven, who's the chief of the vehicle, what vehicles surrounded the vehicle, the diagram of the vehicle. He didn't say, I'm a star seed. Rashad Jamal said, I'm one of the 23 scientists created the cosmos. Malachi said, here go an 1,800-page book to explain what this nigga just said. And he said it before Rashad Jamal was born and wrote the book, before he was born. And y'all, I'm trying to tell you why I can't do what y'all do was like, hear somebody say something and be like, I'd be like, explain it. If you can explain it, it's a different conversation. But you telling me that you just came from the stars. How? How you get here? Because then that means you're suggesting or inferring that you have conscious recollection of that, aren't you? If you're not, if somebody try to play that game, no, I don't consciously remember it. All right, explain what part of the brain activates for you to pull the memory. It's a feeling. Yeah, go to bed. I had to show y'all how this got here. So a lot of people playing these games of who they want to be and all this other stuff, and they doing the works of it. I am Melchizedek. All right, why you not doing what Melchizedek would have done? Melchizedek ain't never sit in the trailer. He ain't never did that. What story y'all heard of? Melchizedek. And he satteth upon the box. Within the box that was elongated, the rectangular prism held him and did hold him and did hold him more and did hold him and did hold him and did continue to possess him. The fuck? What is Melchizedek doing? I'm almost out. Yo, what have you been doing? Yelling at your screen. That's not Melchizedek. He ain't gonna sit there and do that. I am the Lord. And I was MLK. And I was Melchizedek. And I'm John. And I'm in the trailer, sitting there, chilling. I am the true and living God. The true and living God. The one who inside that skin. I'm like, bro, ain't no way in the hell nobody believe in this shit. But it's a lot of motherfuckers in hell. And they believe in that shit. And every time he inhale, they believe that shit. Every time he exhale, they believe that shit. The deepest shit he ever said was, and they were like, Ain't no way in the hell you gonna tell me Mel chilling in this. Like, bro, it's not happening like that. You see, Melchizedek gonna do some Melchizedek shit. Next time a nigga tell you who they are, ask them whatever it was they did that was that type of nigga shit. I am the incarnation of Superman. You better do some Superman shit right now. What do you want me to do? All right, I need you to fly. Well, they never can do it on cue. You ever notice that? They never super on cue. They only super in secret. Ain't never no super on cue shit. They are niggas doing telekinesis, waving bottles and shit, but only on camera. You ask them to do it in person. I must harness my nigga. You know what I mean? You know you can't do that shit. You know you can't do that shit. They sent me a video of nigga levitating. This shit was in 60 frames per second. It never start with the nigga feet on the ground. He always levitating midair. I said, that nigga is jumping. He got hops. And he slowed it down. And you gonna tell me this nigga floating. Why don't ever show him coming back down? He just floating. He can levitate. You're activating. We're activating. You watching TV. We was children once. Remember when we saw this special effects and shit? Like, ooh. Now it's like, you see this shit like, bro, this shit is CGI. You know it's CGI. It ain't even exciting. Some of y'all still get excited by this shit. And I'm an editor. And I'm telling you, these niggas be editing them videos. You know what I mean? One nigga left the sound in. Like, they made some paper move. And you heard, when the paper moved, all you heard was, I said, nigga just slapped the table. He put the little thing on top of it so he can see that it wasn't no wind. You moved the table. You slapped it. Slap. And everybody like, You don't see me on no telekinesis pages talking about these is the chosen. These are the stars. Y'all niggas sitting here moving bottles, all this shit out here. You know what I'm saying? That's what we did. We did all this work. It's this what we paid for. We did all this work for niggas to be out here moving bottles. That's their superpowers. And what I tell you, everybody got the same useless ass superpower. Recycling power. It always got to be empty water bottles and they just move it into the bin. I'm like, yo, is this what, I mean, it could be a power. Are you telling me that we going green? I don't understand this stupid shit, but they want me to understand this stupid shit. And when you don't understand this stupid shit, you become an agent. You become the devil, a op. You know what I mean? The nigga Rashad Jamal said I was Zeus. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? What's wrong with it, man? He's a fallen angel and he's Zeus. Like, what the hell? He just dropped the frequency. How am I Zeus and a fallen angel, bro? And he's a government agent. Remember I told you that don't make no sense? I'm Zeus. I'm black. Let's start there. No, let's put black first, all right? Because we're going to use that word for people who don't know all the different melanin dominant stuff. I'm black. I'm Zeus. I'm a fallen angel. Zeus is not an angel. But let's act like he is, because Rashad Jamal know what he's talking about. I'm black. I'm Zeus. I'm a fallen angel. And I'm a government agent. First of all, I'm black. Second of all, I'm Zeus. And a fallen angel. And I work for the government. If I'm Zeus, why the fuck am I working for the government? If I'm Zeus, why ain't just a fucking agent? Why am I a government agent? Can you imagine Zeus in the employment office? Can you imagine Zeus sitting there in the waiting room, checking boxes? Are you male or female? Then you can put other. You know what I mean? Ain't no way in the hell. No, it is. It is a way. Because that's what these niggas believe. And they ran with it. And remember all the people was flooding the comments? We know who you are. You don't know. You just heard this nigga say that. And you just said, so you got to admit, Rashad Jamal believes in Greek mythology. That's where he got that from. He believes in Greek mythology. And he believes in the Bible because he's talking about fallen angels and all this other stuff. I mean, then he quoted the Bible. Then remember he put himself in the position of the op, like Osiris just did. Remember he put himself in the position of the op. He was like, and there was a war in the heavens. Faise One and his angels fall against Rashad Jamal and his angels, and Rashad Jamal fought harder. I'm like, that's wrong. In the story, it say Michael and his angels fought, right, against Shaitan and his angels, and the dragon didn't prevail. So you said Faise One first. You put me in the seat of Michael. You basically said, I win. And I did. And then what can you do? You see what I'm saying? See, look, you're an agent too going against him. What are you talking about? Oh, I don't know. He believes in gods and goddesses. Should I? Nah, they not. Y'all too slow. You too slow. Tati, you too slow now. Back in like maybe March, you probably would have had some opportunity. But I can't engage with you now. You too slow. I gotta remove you because I can't just tell you too slow. You ain't gonna accept it. I gotta put you out so you see how slow you are. If you were fast enough, you wouldn't get kicked out the basket, and you'll be able to catch up and jump back in. So I just kicked you out the basket. If you're fast enough, we'll see you keep coming in. Well, I just removed you, so you shouldn't be able to keep coming in. You're too slow. Yeah, I would have definitely went for it. Be like, yo, come up here. Why? Y'all left behind. I gave y'all the opportunity to stop being stupid. You want to be stupid? I'm not going to force you to stop. You know what I'm saying? He believes in gods and goddesses. Okay, Zeus is one of them. He believes in Zeus. So all the faking, it's over. They tried everything in the book. They said I was fake. I said, okay, now here go the opportunity to prove it. I turned around and wasn't nobody standing there. I kept opening the door. Anybody want to go live with me? Anybody? You? Every time I pointed at the niggas, they backed up 5 feet. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, that's what's up. And here we are. So all that to say, you know what I mean? It's been people playing this game. They've seats, they rulership, all of that. All that's done. They had people fooled, and they should be able to open up. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm only looking at your name, bro. It was a joke. Don't think I'm coming at you for real. Y'all have to understand, like, I have different ways I'll show up. I'll show up stern and firm. Sometimes we'll laugh. I'm always teaching. So I'm not saying you were op, bro. You just laughed it off. And if you feel like I was coming at you, my apologies. It ain't nothing like that. It was just a quick little thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But nah, I'm not saying you were op, nothing like that. I wonder why you ain't said nothing in a while. You ain't in trouble or nothing, bro. That might be your actual name. It just was interesting. That's it. That's all I was saying. All right. He said her son got some fooled. Look at what he say. Once I'm free. He didn't say if. Right? He said, once I'm free, I will clean that up. All right? Clean what up? Oh, it's a lot of stuff that people don't know. It's a lot of stuff. Did you tell 1440 to take that incriminating video off his page? Don't let that man crash out, especially if you're genuinely trying to help him. Huey P. Newton. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about if you're genuinely trying to help him. I don't know you. Can I talk to you to your soul? Right? I'm going to just talk to you to your soul right now. Who are you? I don't know you. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You make sure you be a little more articulate. I don't know you. You exist for this moment. I don't know you. All that can you tell or did you tell? Speak more articulately. Articulate and let it be known what you're saying. Other than that, I don't even know why you exist for. All right. So he said, what? Once I'm free, I will clean that up. There are a lot of things he was saying like that, too. When he get out, even when it came to the doctrine, he said when he get out, he going to perfect the doctrine. Right? So all the people pushing like the doctrine is what it is. No, he said he about to change a lot of stuff. He said big changes are coming. And a lot of people not going to be able to make the change. They're not going to be able to shift. Originally, it is pronounced Osiris, but much respect. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. Because you got the O and then the PSY. Yeah, okay. At first glance, it looked like Opsiris. All right. Now that you explain that the PSY is Psi, I get you. All right. You good? Is you cool? Is there some truth in what Jamal Rashad was saying, or it has been teaching? Okay, if you give me one thing that he's saying, then we can talk about whether or not it was truth in it. Give me something that he said and we'll talk about it. One of them ones, that's who I am. Okay, well then bye. You shouldn't be on here. If you one of them ones, then you got stuff that you need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? You need to be organizing and orchestrating some shit. If that's who you are, then you need to be, okay, then bye. If my response say it all, bye. Bye. See you later. And so it was. Did we come from Nephilim? Who? We as in what? Human beings? I don't know. I don't know if you came from. I don't know if you came from. You came from your mother and your father. Can we start there? You came from your mother and your father. As far as we know. Right? As far as whether or not you came from giants, bro. Niggas don't know that. We don't know. We weren't there. You see what I'm saying? And if they're going to act like they know, ask them to show and explain how they can consciously recall it. And then they're going to take you into the spirit realm. They're not going to be able to explain it. So the answer is, I don't know. I don't know if you came from giants or Nephilim or fallen ones. And if he said we came from fallen ones and he, by descent, is a fallen angel, why would he say I'm a fallen angel? You understand? If he's saying he came from Nephilim, then he's a fallen angel. He's a descendant of fallen ones. Maybe that explains it. And are you a black African American? That's a lot. So let me tell you something. All right, let me ask you this. Where were you born? If you were born in America, you're an American. If you were born in Africa, you're an African. You can't be born in Africa and America. See? That answers your question? And as far as are you black, not by color, no. Look in the mirror. You're brown. Now, if you want to identify with the racial status of black, that's your choice. Make sense? All that 3 helixes stuff is made up. He just made it up. He made it up. You see what I'm saying? All that they have too, he made it up. I'm just telling you that. You can keep repeating it. He made it up. He don't know what he's talking about. He had to use DNA to try to, and fail miserably, substantiate DEA. He made it up. He made it up. What do you mean how? Let me tell you how. Because right now, if I had a conversation with you about DNA, you won't know. You see? And that's a problem because you're speaking about genetic makeup, genes. That's how. So the helix stuff, he made it up. The oxygen being the bond, he made it up. He made it up. So, I mean, again, listen, I'm telling you he's a deceiver. I'm telling you he lied. But here's what I can offer you. If you feel that he didn't, then you should be where he is, not in prison. You should be going to study his information. You shouldn't be here. If you feel like he can get you to a start, where was he taking you? Let's look at it like that. After you learn all this stuff about what he say you are, whether or not your bones was made out of metal, and whether or not you were a Nephilim, and whether or not, there's a Stargate made out of rainbows. All right, where is he taking you? After you say, we're gods and goddesses. Okay, after you say that, where you go? Where do you go? Because you're still on here. After you research, okay, after you research it, now where do you go? Where are you going? Where is he taking you? Are you leaving the planet? Are you just knowing what he's saying and regurgitating it? What becomes of it? Hey, look, check it out. Love Black Cat, you got to go. Peace. All right. So let's keep moving. The Williams legal team was a game to make money off of Nubian Islamic Hebrews Incorporated. Us Sabians. Okay, cool. So this is him saying, and I was telling y'all that too recently. I said, was it you I was talking to? I said, if Yanun says Wu Sabat, that's where we going. I said, we can't keep Actually, I just said it to y'all on a phone call. How many people was on that big phone call? I think it was like 40 some of y'all in there. The one we just had after I came out of isolation. What did I say? I said, the people, it was something going on with them Sabians. I said, but nothing wrong with the Wu Sabat doctrine. Nothing wrong with the Wu Nuwu doctrine. Let's see what it is that he putting out there. Before you arguing about whether or not he wrote them books, go touch and see if you can find them. I literally said this almost a year ago. Touch the book and find him in it. You can find him in it, you find him in it. If you can't, you can't. But other than that, what I say, you're going to have to live the walk. You see what I'm saying? The way of life. What else I say? We were supposed to be learning in September the Wu Sabat language, Ms. Batia. It's a lot of it is all over the place, so it's a little more difficult to put together because of how many people running whatever thing. Because even when they were doing it in the Telegram groups, it was different dialects and people was talking about they didn't know. So it was a little more difficult to put it together. November is the plan for people to come in and learn that part of the language. You got Nuwapic that we've been learning, and then you come in and learn Ms. Batia. But I told y'all by June, we would have to go through that Wu Sabat school anyway. And I also told y'all as we go through it, what happens, there's a squeezing that takes place, right? That a lot of people start popping outward, and a lot of people start popping inward. You see, if you imagine a busy street and people walking on that street, and you see that groove in between them buildings that lead you to the other side of the block, that's what you got to walk through in Wu Sabat. It's a squeezing, and you have to squeeze, and then there's less people because a lot of people don't want to go through that. It's uncomfortable. You see, but I saw that, and in my isolation, I heard them. I'm like, I see what he's saying. I get what he's saying. You see? Listen, when you see all the people asking, how can you learn it? You got to pay attention, right? What I'll do, and would that mean you have to watch my story? Yes. Okay. Would that mean you have to watch my page? Yes. Well, why not? Keep up, because I'm going to keep you informed. I'll post it on my page. All right? The sisters teach it. The sisters teach the language. A lot of times we could have had the language taught. What we're doing is making sure that the sisters are all on one accord so they can run it the way it need to be ran. I see it as it need to be how it was from the beginning. The women come through and teach the language or the utterance. The word utter is a breast. The ones who, when you breastfed and the brain food comes through, the breast, the udder. All right? UDDER. All right? So the first utterance should be coming from the mother anyway, teaching us how to speak. So the sisters are preparing it to get it, you know what I mean? Same way the sisters been speaking and teaching the Nuwapic language. And we learn from them. All right? So that's coming. What I'll do is I'll post it on my story, and you got to be ready. You see what I'm saying? You see, and I say, whether it's $10, $20, whatever it is, when I put a link on my story and you see me put a money amount with it, it ain't about the money. If you thinking, nigga, that's just a game. All right, you good, okay? Because it ain't a whole lot of people that be around me when it come time and certain things to move. It ain't like it's hundreds or thousands. It's the few. So it can't, how would it be a money game if it's a few people? You know what I mean? If it's a money game, you really want to push it out to the whole bunch of people so everybody can be, no. I'll put it out there and tell people to join and get involved. If I put up a chat, say, here go the final dance chat. Everybody get involved. Send $10 and you can join. That 10 ain't nothing. You come in and you start seeing how things move behind the scene. How many people recently got involved like that? And you start seeing what's moving. And they think that I'm not doing certain things on grounds, right? They think ain't no footwork happening. They think I'm not moving around. They think I don't deal with people in person. Why? Because they watching from the outside. They don't know nothing. They don't see what's moving. Some of y'all just heard about something else that I'm planning on doing, right? Not just I'm planning on doing, something that we can be involved in, but only those who will be the few involved in that, right? Okay, it ain't benefiting Faise or Mari. People able to come to me and say, this is going on, and we work together to help them. You know what I'm saying? It's a community thing. They don't got to know about that. I'm not, when we got our stuff, I'm not taking out no cameras and record and say, look at us doing this. I don't need to do that. You see? But how many people got involved because you saw a link and you press and you sent some money, whether it was $10, $20, or $50 to join this? I know a lot of y'all joined the SPI group, which we don't speak much about, right? But you joined that group. And, you know, I know you was thinking, okay, we're about to learn Supreme Beings, all this stuff and the information. You didn't know what was coming. You see? And some people fell off, didn't they? A lot of people came in the first group because there's a lot that came later. So a lot came in with the first wave. And they thinking that, it's about to be this, they're going to have access to Omari. When they start realizing it wasn't what they thought and that they would have to endure, they start falling off and falling away. And then what we went through, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4. You see what I'm saying? And you see how you see some people, they done stayed the whole walk. And then there's more people coming in and you're going to see people fall off. And why? Because they looking for something that they think I'm not going to give. I'm not going to give it to you just because you think that it's right there and you deserve to have it immediately. No, you're going to go through tests with me. And if you think you're not supposed to, okay with it. You just come in and you benefit what you come in and benefit from. If you came here to exercise, work out and be, you know what I'm saying, in shape or whatever, all right, you get that part of it and then you go. You came and you wanted to be a part of the unseen. Didn't I tell y'all? I said, I'm going to be teaching you some of the unseen degrees. I'm going to show you about the supreme initiation. Some of y'all, literally a few of y'all just went through it. Don't even know that was what was going on. When you came to the last show, right? And I was showing y'all the things that was called the games. All right. Those were initiation points or checkpoints. You see? And you was able to experience it. Not know you sitting in class and I'm talking to y'all about there's a rainbow stargate. And then there's Arcturians and Pleiadians. That's really off-world information. That's really unseen information. That's really the invisible degrees. No. What I tell you, I said, stand here, close your eyes. You see, I told you, it don't matter what they could try to take what I'm doing and run with it. It don't matter because it's extensive. You see, you ain't gonna be able to take it. And then that's the only thing. You take that. We'll see that. You'll see people do it now. What you saying? I'll tell you what it is. They'll go out there and do it and they'll act like they came up with it. And it's gonna be so deep, right? And they will turn around and hit them with something they didn't even think about. That's what we do. So what I tell you, I said, stand here, close your eyes. And we did that. Even if you try to take it and run with it, you'll see. Because who gonna say they're gonna show up? Watch this. I say, close your eyes, right? Count down from 9. Stand in a circle. Put your hands on your head. The ability to what? Follow instructions. Not be a follower, not follow phase 1. The ability to follow instructions. If I say, yo, go stand over there on that sidewalk, right there, right there, and hold your hand up, raise your right hand, right? And I walk off. And I come back and you got your left hand up because your right hand got tired. And I say, did you see the gold Cadillac? He said, yeah, it rolled by. And the dude looked at me and kept riding. I said, you want to know why he kept riding? Because you had your left hand up. My right hand got tired. You're supposed to let it get tired. You see? But the only way he's going to pick you up is because he looking for the signal of your right hand being up. You put your left hand up, that's on you. But I didn't tell you to do that. I told you, go and do this. And then you got to get used to doing it when I say do it. Because everybody think they know. Listen, I'll wake up and I'll hear, do this, and I'll do it. And when I do it, and that's how we got here on Instagram and in the algorithm, in the music videos. Remember I told you about the F Black History? F Black History was sitting at 20,000 views for some months, right? Nobody didn't know what that song was except them people that saw it. Some say, now put Casanat on it. I said, put Casanat on it. It's just, yeah, I'm telling you, put Casanat on it. I went immediately and found a clip of Casanat reacting to, I think was one of them Kendrick Lamar songs during the beef. I took that clip. Listen, I was obedient. I took the clip, put it over the F Black History clip. The rest was history. No pun intended. So now you got over 400,000 views, going on 500,000 views on the YouTube music video, F Black History. It's all over the web, all over TikTok, Facebook, millions of views with millions of views. And you see that I just reposted it on my Instagram. That's one reel. They got 4 million views. You see? I just listened and I did it. I figured it out. It worked and it took off. And now we can keep putting power into that, because if I post that today, it'll go up again. Because I posted it a few times and damn near every time I posted it, it got hundreds of thousands of views or millions of views. Do y'all listen to what I'm saying? Are y'all hearing me? You got to be able to listen and hear. And when it's time, as I said, that's how I found your account. Exactly. You wouldn't have found me if I was like, man, I ain't putting Casanat on there. It's cheesy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Then you go to the music video and you go in the comments and you look and people say, thank you, Kai. Thank you, Kai, for leading me here. Yo, shout out to Kai for posting you. Shout out to Kai. Kai, like, I ain't do none of this shit. That's, you know what I'm saying? I didn't do this stuff. That's why I put the original video credit, and you see me put OG video cred, and I put Casanat, because that's his original video. So what can he say? He can't say, he stole my whole flow. No, I didn't. I said it's your flow. These people looked and saw a vision and wanted to believe it. So, okay, in the midst of them wanting to believe it, guess what they found? Information. Guess who they found? Omari. You see? So So I might tell you one day, yo, get up, yo, you go over here, do this. You know what I mean? I might walk up on you. You might be laying. We might be in the corridors. You might be in the dormitory. I walk up on you, laying on your right side. I say, yo, roll over and lay on your back. Right? And I walk out, you roll over on your right side. You ain't gonna get no visitation. You know what I mean? It might have been your turn to get a visitation, but you ain't gonna get it. I'm not talking about visitation like somebody visiting you. I mean visitation as in somebody visiting you. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be able to see them. You rolled over on your right side, you ain't gonna even see them when they coming down. You see? It's stuff like that where I'm only telling you what I had to go through. I had to go through listening. And again, I'm not telling y'all obey Omari. Some of y'all not gonna think of it that way. Okay? But I also have to say it that way because you got people from the outside looking in. They might think cult. They think all this stuff. They don't understand. They didn't come from structure. They didn't come from progress. I came from both. And Nuwupu is structure and progress. You see, it ain't going to be one or the other alone. You're making progress and it's structured. You see the brothers popping up and moving a certain way. You're going to see it eventually. But we're going to get it together first, right? It's getting together right now. But when you see it moving, they're not going to know where it's coming from. And they're going to try to call it something. And it's not going to be a name. because SBI is not a name. SBI is a process. It's called Supreme Being Initiation. So if you want to say, oh, those are supreme beings, that's not the name of, what's the name of it? So that's like saying those are humans in that organization over there. So if they're humans or supreme humans or, you know what I mean, Homo erectus, Homo sapien, whatever, what's the name of what they're doing? They're not going to know what the name of it is. They're going to see it popping out of nowhere, and it's going to be getting stuff done. It's going to be a motion, a movement, and everybody's going to be moving as one. You'll see what I'm saying? I'm never wrong about these things. So I told people about all of this, right? And here he come. Once I'm free, I will clean that up. I'm telling you, the only one who really can clean it up is him. He coming out. He'll be home. So he said the Williams legal team was a game to make money off Nuwabi. He said, like, he telling you what it's been from the jump. It was a game to make money off Nuwabi and Islamic Hebrews. He was saying no money games. They try to act like they didn't see him say that. Shalimar is not one of my legal wives. Shalimar is Prince's mom. If that's what he said, that's what he said. All right? They could try to say he didn't say it. They could try to say one of the sisters that have to go and see him is lying. If she lied, guess who she got to deal with? Him. Because she got to go in there and see him next week. So they going to be long. If you're going to say she made it up, all right, guess what? She got to go see him next week. She going to receive thunder. You see? But nah, y'all know this. You know his words. Now you in denial. And even if they come back and say it ain't. Everything that he said on here, everything that's said on here, I bear witness to except the doctrine part. I didn't hear him say that. But I heard everything else. All right. Including the wife part. All right. Also, defrauding the tribe. Yes, we're reading it backwards. Okay, say, nothing shown nor proven to me. Right? So didn't all that they said they had, the documents, all that? They didn't show that. Also, defrauding the tribe of thousands of dollars they collected for the Williams and Williams legal team with nothing to show, no legal paperwork, no court filings, no court sessions, etc. Nothing shown nor proven to me. All right, so the Williams and Williams law firm, according to what Malachi is saying, that whole thing was a game to make money. Who told you that? I told you that from observation and being around and seeing it. And I gave them opportunities to show otherwise. And I didn't just stop and sit on my behind. I went to go see who needed help and find out whether or not they should be helped. And he kept saying, even when I heard him say, I'm not looking for people to donate money. So he's saying that, then what was they talking about when they was saying at the same time he needed money? He said he wasn't looking for that. So they lied. Also defraud. Okay, we got that part. So, all right, let's read from the jump then. Okay, we got that. Shalimar, let this be known by all. This is what he said. Let this be known by all. If this is him, this is what he said. Let this be known by all. Shalimar and those that are a part of her group. That's Ramses. That's who else? The Nadif dude. That's a few people. A few of y'all. He's talking about y'all. Shalimar and those that are a part of her group needs to cease and desist at once. He's saying stop, but he been said this. From defrauding our tribal congregation by misleading them with claims that they are authorized to put out our sacred doctrine, restructuring and changing names, faces, and covers, using my works to profit from it. All right, so check this out. I think it was Prince York, whoever it was behind them books, that was coming out recently, talking about Man from Planet Risk 2 or whatever the hell it was. I'm like, okay, what are they doing? And I was being told that it was Prince doing that. And he didn't, who gave him authority? Who said do that? So he said they claiming that. He didn't give them authority. Restructuring and changing names, faces, and covers using my works. Exactly. To profit from it. It's all about money. You see what I'm saying? So all of this that he's saying is in alignment with what I done heard him talking about. I can't wait. I promise you I can't wait. All these people who got their hand in that pot, they nervous about him coming out. You see, the ones who know, look, it's been time. He got to come out because he got to set the record straight. Once and for all. Literally once. That's it. And for all. For everybody. Everybody involved. The main part I want y'all to pay attention to is what? Truth is truth. Yeah, noon. You see? Truth is truth. They can't go around it. So if you're going to say it's a lie, truth is truth. It'll come out. And he will too. And he is the truth. So truth is coming out. Literally, he'll be home. Any questions? I've been saying, seek ye noon. Those who watch my story, what I put on there, this is reason now. I'm not talking about, last year. Remember I said seek ye noon last year? No. I'm sorry, I just was saying this before I went into isolation. Those of y'all who saw my isolation, I'm going to put it in the book, but let me show you one of the images of where I was isolated at in my house. Right? You see that? This is where I was at. And I was here for 3 days. I said, what about how you use the restroom? That door right there to the bottom left? That's the restroom. Small restroom in that wall. And then I come out here and I'm in here. No phone. I had a phone for an hour. Right? I had hour usage of phone. And then I had, at 9 a.m., the warden, right, was one of the sisters came and knocked 3 times and said, workout. And I had to go and do my workout in the laundry room, which is connected to it. Right? Well, not connected to it. It's across from it. The laundry room. And then I come back in and I'm in here. And I was in here. I rested here. You know what I mean? Listen, I woke up maybe 9 times out the night. I would rest and then wake up and I'm just up and I got energy. Rest and wake up and I'm just up and I got energy. And through the day I had energy. So all I had was energy, time, and space to think. And I wrote. I wrote most of my book, 9 Degrees of Isolation. I was reading the Holy Tablets, read a lot of the Holy Tablets. I read Bridge to Salvation. I was reading a lot of books. And listen, it was the nights. It was the shadow hours that I'm trying to figure out how to explain. It was like you could feel it spiraling. It wasn't regular. The first night, it was like dreams were overlapping in reality. It didn't, like, I didn't know how. And so many times, because I was doing a fast too, so I ain't had no food either, right, for 3 days in this area. And I'm going back too. I'm going back for 9 days. I'm going to complete it. When I came out, one of the first things the sister said to me, you look different. You know what I mean? And she said it a few times. She was like, I'm sorry, you just look different. And she just looking like eyes wide. I'm like, yeah. I said, imagine 9 days. You see? Water fast. Listen, it don't matter. You think it mattered. Listen, it don't matter. Best you could do is just a water fast, because while you in there, it's not, okay, let me give you the science of what I'm seeing. It isn't the food. It ain't that alone. It's that space. It's being in that space. It's being in that container, right? You're contained and you rest that way. Let me see if I can find you how I was resting. I had a pillow and a blanket, right? Where it's at? It is right here. See that blanket and the pillow, and I rest there. You see? And I just sat still. And nothing else you can do. You sit up a little bit, you could write, you know what I mean? Or you turn over on your stomach, you write however you can to get comfortable. You know what I mean? You see the Holy Bible, one of the other journals I had in the Holy Tablets. I was reading. That's all you can do. You don't really have no space to do nothing else. But it's different, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I think it has a lot to do with the space. I think I took a picture at night. Was this at night? It might have been. It might have been just with the lights off. Either way, when I had my phone, I was able to take the photos of it to show. But this is real life. And I'm telling you, a lot of people think they cut. You got to go through it. You got to go through it. And time doesn't exist in this space. I didn't have time. I didn't know what time was. What I knew was that things had to be done. That's all you have room to think of. What am I going to do? So I literally had to find things to do. I was writing and all that other stuff. And when I'm not, I'm just thinking. And it ain't about, I'm reflecting on life. The things I was thinking on would be in compartments. I might think about that light, you see that light bulb above me? I might think about that for an hour. And think about just the light, not all the things that make the light. And no, I mean, just think about it. It's something like, what do you mean? I'm telling you, you have to go through it. like, I don't know how to explain that. I was thinking about the light, and it was just, yeah, I thought about it. You see what I'm saying? And I thought about the walls around me. And I thought about, it ain't what you think. Like, you thinking about all this extra stuff. It's like you thinking about space, you see? And when I did that, it started opening up doors. The first night, something happened. Something came over me. Literally, a wave of vibration came over me as if a hand reached in and picked a part of my soul up out of my body. You see? And I was laying on my side. It reached in to my back from above and pulled, like, stretched my soul. You see? It was like what do you call it? If you could see water and ink, if somebody reached into some water that's like, let's say you got ink at the bottom of a tub of water, and somebody reach into the ink and they pull up, that's how it felt. And that's the visual I got. And it was purple, gray, and black. The vibration had a color, purple, gray, and black. And sometimes I open my eyes and the green would be jumping out at me because it was green lights on the outside of the cell. And it was green lights, green lights on the outside of the cell. The other side was dark. You see? And after a while, it was quiet. I even asked, to be able to play the voice at the end of the night. And when I go back, I'm not going to play the voice. Because when I was playing the voice, I stopped having as much of those encounters, right? Because it was something happening in the physical. But when it's just you and it's just silence and space, yeah, it's different. I feel different, y'all. I'm not playing. This don't feel like listen, I feel how I would feel if I did a fast that was longer than 9 days. Just from being in that space, I feel like how you feel after like a 9-day fast. And I did 3 days fasting. But something is about, and I'm studying it. That's why I'm writing the book right now as research and doing the research. And I'm going to go put myself back there. I'm going to put myself back. Now, I was writing letters. Like I was able to write letters to my wife. You know what I'm saying? The warden will bring the letters to my wife and, deliveries and stuff like that. I was able to do that. Mostly it's that experience of just pure vitality, being alive. And I came out with so much energy. And when I was moving around, it's like, even when I was in the cell, I'm like, I can't wait to move around and just do stuff. Stuff I don't do. Like, I don't be doing all that extra stuff. I'm like, I can't wait to just do stuff. And I came out and I still got that energy. My wife just said it to me earlier. She's like, you have a lot of energy and I'm going to need you to, like, you said, like you're here and you're here and you're here. I'm going to need you to just, I said, I'm going to have a lot of energy. I said, imagine what happened when I come out them 9 days. It's happening. So those of y'all who, I told you, if you want to observe it, don't do it and just be in your room. You want to isolate for real. And you might want to find like, okay, how you got your hallway. You want to get you some dividers or get you some blankets, hang them up in your hall. Give yourself about 7 to 9 feet length as far as however long your hallway is next to your restroom. However it is, because that's what this is. It can't be more than 7 feet. Cut off one side, cut off another side. You can hang the blankets if you don't have dividers. You know what I mean? Make it attached to the restroom so you're able to go and easily go to the restroom. You can wash up in your restroom, all of that. And, you know what I mean? Close the door and you come out into your spot. It's different, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like nothing that I've ever experienced. I don't know what it is. I just know that it's like nothing I've ever experienced. And when I came out, I was different. So I was on some, I'm going back. And I am on some, I'm going back to see why. Why do y'all want me to go through this? And I transformed. And then the people around us validated it. Like, yo, you look different. Like, yeah, you look lighter. Something happened. Something happened to you. I went into a transformation machine. See? Did I do the mirror trick? I did. That's interesting you asked that. I did, but it wasn't, I don't know why you say trick. I think I understand why you said the mirror test. I did that when I went. It was interesting. My eyes were huge. Like I had huge eyes. They was like how my eyes are now. They were huge and my face was big. You see what I'm saying? Like my face was huge. If that makes sense. Because I had nothing but the light of like the phone, like the dim phone light, all that. And some light that was coming out of the green light. When I leaned into the mirror. I do it all the time though. But this time I just looked and I just stayed there. And my eyes. I kept seeing my eyes, my face. It was huge. Yep. So yeah, y'all, I came on here to just, because they said, let my words be known to all. That's what they said. It's coming from the office. It's coming from New York. And it's coming from Malachi Z. York. All right? That's what's being said. I didn't hear him say it. This was sent to me by multiple people. It was put in multiple chats that are fixated on Malachi. And it came from people that are working, in the administration. Including, from what I've seen, one of the sisters that go and see him every week. You see? So, hey. He said, what did I see? I didn't see much of anything. It was more of what I heard. I didn't see much of anything. Especially at nighttime, all I saw was the green light. Yeah, I didn't see stuff. I heard, coming out of one of my dreams or travels or whatever it was, I heard footsteps coming up the basement. Running up the basement, not walking. And it was getting closer. Dun, 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 and I gasped out of my sleep. And I was waiting to hear the basement door close. There was a lot of that too. I kept jumping out of my sleep. With deep breaths, it was a lot of that. And the whole shit is spiritual. I'm telling you, after I write this book, I'm going to give it to y'all. A part of the reason why I want to go back in and do the full 9 days, right, is because, truthfully, ain't no telling what happens. And I want to be able to tell people what happens from experience, as opposed to, go through the rest of the days and you'll see what happens. I don't know what happens. I know what happens within the first night. That shit was mind-blowing. The second night, the third night, I know what happens. And seeing how it changes you and how your thoughts change and shift and how you're looking at things shift, right? Which is why I would tell people, watch I didn't do none of that. All that, the masturbation, all that, none of that take place in there either. I didn't do that. You don't have your phone, so ain't no scrolling. Same thing I told to the brothers. The scrolling, the models, that's not there. It's just you. There's no distraction. It's just you. And I can tell you one thing about Omari. He sits above the realm of emotion. That's what I'm I guess I could just talk to y'all straight out. That's what I'm nervous about, because I don't know how I'm going to relate to people that ain't made it when I finish that. And it's just been 3 days, and I have to keep pulling myself into the frame of emotion when I look in people's eyes, and I feel it. So 9 days in, Omari he sit above emotion. He's different. Oh, that was another name that I heard. I don't know what I'll tell you. I'll tell you this. I guess, I put it in a book. At least, I think I put it in a book. Another name that I heard associated with myself, how I call, you got Faise One, you got Faise, you got Omari. I heard Ohar, right? Ohar, and the O is silent. Is okay, if the O is silent, then why are you saying it? Because you have to say it. Because the O being silent ain't gonna make sense. Do you understand? No? All right. You're not going to. You have to go through your own isolation period. You have to go through your own isolation station, or isolation transformation. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna put that in the book. Gotta go through your own. Okay. Go through your own isolation transformation. Because, you trying to figure out my thing. Y'all might, ain't no telling what y'all experience. Somebody might get, they might walk up on some of y'all. Ain't no telling. I'm not trying to take it off of myself. If I was, I would tell nobody. I figured this out. I was like, okay, I'm going to keep it to myself. I wouldn't show you nothing. I show you the inside of the cell so you have an idea of what I'm saying. And this is me laying down. You know what I'm saying? And don't think, listen, my head is at the, at the top of the thing. That's where my head at. I'm just lowering the phone to capture the whole scene. So the cell is my size. And before niggas get to Jordan, you know what I'm saying? That we're going to leave it at that. You know what I mean? I know niggas be meeting me in person. They come, they say, where you at? Down here. Come on, it's not enough time. Let's go, let's go, let's go. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. I know what niggas be thinking. First time the nigga Tom met me, I'm not lying. First thing the nigga said to me, I said, "Who bad?" He said, "That nigga short as fuck." I said, yeah. What the fuck? I'm telling you, I'm not lying. First time the nigga Tom met me, I opened the door, I said, "Roll back." That nigga said, "That nigga short as fuck." Talking to the nigga who was with him. I said, "What the hell? I'm right here." Roll back, homie. I'm serious. You ask him, he tell you. That nigga said that shit. I was like, I'm trying to figure out, do I hate this nigga? I might hate this nigga. Do I hate him? Come on, it's not a lot of time. Go. No, not that fast. Pick me up. Go. Make a left. Up here. Turn right. Jump. You know what I'm saying? My shoe. Get my shoe. Somebody get my shoe. Throw it. I got it. Let's keep walking. Stay close to me. Tell you something, man. Little big brother, yeah. I don't give a damn. I used to make myself feel better. I said, I'm a guy where I'm from. And they had to make me small. But the way they made me small was that they took my image. They didn't change the measurements. They just scaled it. So it's like I'm still big and I'm still my size. But I'm like, they had to make me earth size. So when they downloaded me, they're like, they just scaled me down. They didn't even take into consideration earth height. But it's cool. I'm a giant where I'm from. Like that nigga from Marvel, they got that idea from me. Like they gonna use the midget to make him a giant. That's funny. Yeah, they had to make me earth size. Y'all worry about the wrong thing. See, that's the problem. Y'all ain't gonna make it. A lot of y'all niggas ain't gonna make it. You worry about my size. Point is, that's how tall my cell is. Not tall. So the point is, if you want, listen, I give you formulas, stuff that I done went through, so that you can say, okay, this nigga went through it. Let me see. Not, oh, do this, and I ain't do it. You see? So, I taught 90-day semen retention. We did that, 2023. I could talk about that. At least those who took that walk. The 9-day fast, I could talk about that. 40-day fast, I can't talk about that yet. I haven't done that yet. 21-day fast, I can't talk about that yet. I haven't done that yet. I can talk about it, but not from, because in the 21-day fast, y'all need to be like, what the fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't go through that. But I can talk about a 9-day fast. I can talk about this. So I'm going to give you what I can from this. And I kept saying, seek Yanun. Even on the pages of the book, you'll see me I kept writing the Yanun symbol. It kept popping out of me. So what I put, the Yanun image, where it's at. Boom. One of the brothers did this. One of the brothers named Wuda. Yeah, I was putting the gray one. And he put it in there, so I just took it. I was like, this is mine. And you know what I mean? So, you ain't gonna one-up me. I said, gray. He said, gray on a gradient scale. That's purple. I was like, no, that's mine. So I took it. Yeah, I mean, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm always tell y'all who did it. So a nigga named Wuda, who thought he was better than me, he made this one. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take that one. I like that one better. And I put that one. I say, seek Yanun, right? And that's who just sent out the message. Yanun. And you want to know what he do? He put out messages like that, and then he watch. He watch what everybody gonna do. He watch what everybody gonna say. And he sit and listen, and it could be on this live. Everybody think it's a game. And he'll do that. He'll put the message out and see who gonna do what. Now, some people gonna attack Shalimar. Some people are gonna attack Kadesh Tech. They're gonna attack. You know what I mean? They're gonna slander her. I mean, they're gonna take it the whole mile. And he gonna see all of that. And you know what he'll do? Yeah, y'all run your mouth all the time. And then he'll be like, now what's your issue with him? Yeah, they did that, but what's your issue? What did they do to you? And then they be looking stupid. You know what I mean? Yeah, I thought, you know what I mean? Y'all ever heard people say, I thought we hated this nigga. You know what I mean? What do you mean we? You hated him. Or you hated her. You see? I don't have no reason to see people like Ramses and get active and become an animal. You see what I'm saying? It's like, yo, regardless of what people think, family got problems. Family got issues. Sometimes you got to give family space. So you get the fuck away from me for a little bit. Right? But at the end of the day, this has been a family thing. You see? And that's why I be telling y'all, watch out now. Some of y'all step in the middle of this and try to make it a Sabaean versus Nuwapian war. Stop. You don't know what you're doing. That's why I let them Sabaeans eat y'all up on that stage. Because you're trying to copy me and don't know what you're talking about. You see? Only the pure of heart. Stop trying to triumph over people. You know what I mean? Look into the fact that before you found Omari, you didn't know none of this. You see? And you're running into people now and you treating them like I didn't treat you that way. Didn't I deal with people with patience? Didn't I deal with people with love? People would cross me and you still was walking around me. You know what I mean? I had to deal with you with a 9-foot pole because you crossed me, but I still let you around. Why y'all dealing with people like you higher than down? You see? And that's why he see who got what position. If we give you the gun, are you going to shoot him? You know what I mean? Or you going to turn it around and put it on the ground? You see? We give you the sword. You going to stab him? Or you going to say, all right, we going to stab it in the ground and say truce. You see? So he watching. He going to watch. And they already going to war. In the groups and the chats and stuff like that. Taking votes and pulling straws and lots. And I'm like, yo, what the hell? You see? So we going to see. You notice I don't talk about a lot of this stuff. I'm just addressing it because you said, let my words be known to all. If that's what was said, that's what was said. Other than that, I heard him say a lot of this stuff. So I'm not one of those people like, I don't know, maybe he did, maybe he didn't know. He said everything that's on there, except that part about the restructuring, the doctrine. I heard him say all that on the phone. You see what I'm saying? And the only reason why I ain't heard him talking about the doctrine, because I ain't heard no phone call in a while. And the doctrine, making the books and stuff, that's new. That's fairly new that they doing. What a light that? What the fuck? Yeah, what a light to the thing at? I think I light in here. But yeah. All right, any questions before we get up out of here? Oh, y'all good. So y'all see that symbol, right? Now, I asked one of the brothers at the temple what this symbol meant. And he was saying, that's the symbol of Yanun. That's what was told to me. So when you're going out here telling people, this is the symbol of Yanun, you don't know what you're talking about. Remember that. All right? This is just something that was told. You're going to look into the books and see if that is the truth. Don't just copy stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'll tell y'all whether or not this is a thing or whether somebody told me something. You see? So one of the brothers told me this is the symbol of Yanun. They told me that triangle with them spirals around it is a symbol that is the risk with the 3 suns. You see? I don't know that. That's what they said. So I got a reference and I have to do more information on it. So I said what it looked like to me. I said, turn your phone upside down. I said, this image, I was talking to the elder, the brother, Mel. I said, this image looks to me like a pyramid activating. You see? From the Stargate movie where you see the shit shining out of the top of the pyramid. So that's what it looked like to me. And he said, sound right reasoning. He said, you could be right. The nigga told me what it meant. And said, I could be right when I said it looked like a pyramid shining up. He said, well, you could be right. See? So that's what you do. You use your sound right reasoning. You look at things and you read them. What book can we read to read about it? I don't know. I wish I had the answer. I don't know. Possibly the Holy Tablets. Go look into the Hereafter Doctrine books, which I haven't read all of those, so I can't speak on all of those yet. I don't know, family. Just keep searching. Keep seeking. Beyond the books, all right, you go in that isolation, you be more silent and observant, and you let it be known what you're seeking, who you're seeking. I told you what to seek, or who to seek. Seek ye unknown. You see? Something's moving, something happening. And he said big changes are coming. That's another thing he just said recently. Big changes are coming. And here we are. So don't take this as a time to, all of that. Because one of the first things I was going to do is I was going to go into one of the rooms and I was going to be like, told you. But I was like, I ain't going to do that. Sometimes you got to sit with your own decision. I was going to do that, though. I was like, yo, add me and help free Dr. York. I was going to go in there, post it, and be like, told y'all. But I was like, I ain't going to do that. I don't have to do that. Because I don't have to do that. But I wanted to, though. I did want to do that. I want to do that so bad. Because I did tell them. I did told them. But why would I have to do that? You know what I'm saying? Just use it as a time to be like, okay, make sure you good. You know what I'm saying? Especially all y'all in here who listening. You know what I mean? Y'all know what y'all seats and y'all roles are. All of y'all who working and saying you doing this, that, and the third. It might not be long for your car get pulled. So don't get too antsy throwing other people say, we see you. Okay. Make sure it might not be long for your car get pulled. And then your name get hit. Bow. And your thing come up. Bow. You see what I'm saying? So have a little more understanding and humility. Just because you say this, I don't mean you got to treat people wrong, none of that. You know what I mean? Bash them, any of that. You know what I'm saying? That make it an unsafe situation, especially in certain people's minds. You know, how they deal with people and how they act with this. So y'all make sure y'all still moving with that I shook or hadus I should. Simply, you know what I mean? Don't have no hate or no malice. If this is what's being said, this is what's being said. Either way, you should have been had your brain on. You people ain't showed you no paperwork, ain't no files, none of that. You know what I mean? They ain't showed you anything. Let you hear nothing, talk to nothing. You know what I mean? And they made promises that didn't happen. And you got to watch that. That's it. And then certain information coming out. Shouldn't be so much fighting, infighting. But because it is, you got to use your own brain. When you start realizing the whole administration, these people fighting each other, somebody got to have sense. And sometimes the people that got to have sense don't have the positions. Okay? But nobody said you got to be, the police officer to step in and stop violence from happening. That police officer might be scared. You got to be the one man up. Y'all ain't never heard of police officers? Sometimes the police officers be scared. They run. Shit pop off. They trying to get home. This is a job to them. They ain't trying to be in the middle of that. Not everybody is diehard officers and not everybody is diehard or live hard do-gooders. Or good doers. Make sense? All right. When the All album, the AI album, they rejected the AI album. They said I was doing covers. So we trying to fight that. They rejected it. I ain't do no damn covers. I just made an AI album. Them niggas literally DM'd me or emailed me. Was like, there's something wonky with your album. I said, I feel like that's Jonah. Is that Jonah? Is that Jonah? There's something wonky with it. Oh, you don't watch your damn mouth. I didn't know how to say it though, because I didn't know whether or not wonky is like a bad word. I don't know enough about wonky. Wonky. How you even respond to that? There's something wonky about your outfit. Yeah, you just start looking at it. Is there? I think I understand what you're saying. Is it the shoes? The shoes wonk? Yeah, they said something wonky about it. Like, I didn't even know y'all be rating niggas' albums. Just upload my shit. But then I read on. I said, oh, that's what they always. I see what they saying. Yeah. Well, you ain't wrong. You ain't gonna post my shit. You hating on my shit. The AI bot. It's a bot that be emailing me something wonky about your shit. You know, what you mean you something wonky about my shit, nigga? This shit is trash. What you mean this shit is trash? Okay, upload it, nigga. You don't gotta tell me this shit trash. Don't get paid to rate my damn album. Yeah, we gonna figure it out. They gonna reject my shit. They like, nah. What you mean, nah? Put my shit out. I don't give a damn about uploading audio of me beating on the table with a pen, nigga. Upload my shit. There's something wonky about this. Was you at lunch? Man, go to damn bed. And upload my shit. The hell? Wonky. What the fuck these niggas think they talking about? Shit, I couldn't even get mad though. I don't even know how to assess this. I'm like, I don't know if it's be disrespected, inspired. Wonky could be a. Am I not hip? Is this new? Is this Gen Z? What the fuck is happening? Damn. So yeah, I got something else coming out called Good Talk and Float. So those albums is lining up to come out. An album called Float and an EP called Good Talk. I think I put it very well. So I just don't know how to spell, so I'm doing very well. I put that song on there. Another song called Mr. Mrs. I won't let you go. Well, I want you to know. I won't let you go. Came a long way, I can't go. Well, came a long way, we can't go backwards. Yeah, that one. And what's another one? Dr. Seuss. They done hit me with copyright infringement, threatening to take down my music. Nah, they gonna hear that. They be like, it's something winky about you. I saw you change one letter. What the fuck is this? Something winky about your album. You mad cause I said y'all hit me with copyright infringement. They done hit me with copyright infringement, threatening to take down my music. When I say, got this shit out the bottom, they don't know I'll take down my music and start over music. Yeah, you can't upload this. You dissing. Nah, I'll upload it. But I will take down my music and start over music. They don't know me. What else I put on there? Dr. Seuss, Good Talk, Very Well. And I think I put Space God on there. Space God this. I'm going to have to ask Space God how much to diss back. That nigga, how you going to not respond to my diss, nigga? Damn. You fucking up the program. I'm going to have to start asking this. Yo, how much to diss back? How much to respond? Damn. Oh, speaking of like, not a diss, not a, like more of a response thing. Letter to Nicki Minaj, what y'all think? Because, look, I didn't even know what was going on for real. Like, this shit really blew me. I posted a picture of the letter to Nicki Minaj, and like 30 women was like, unfollow. I said, I don't even know the politics. Did I take it down? I think I took it down. If I took it down, that's why. I'm like, bro, I don't even know the damn unfollowed. See, this is where you lost me. I'm just saying I'm doing a letter. No, because kids is too far. Who kids? Tell them come back. What you talking about? Monkeys and roaches. What? I don't understand what's happening. Nah, it wasn't the Barbs. It wasn't the Barbs. It's the ones who, it was the carbs. It wasn't the Barbs. It was the carbs. They got on my ass quick. I didn't even know what was happening. Blocked. Damn. Unfollowed. Yeah, let's leave. What? No, she don't get no support. I didn't support her. I don't understand what happened. I'm just saying I'm writing a letter. I thought I was about to do a good thing. I thought everybody would be like, yeah, let's do it. Nope. Immediately, I got to remember, you got to know the politics of this shit. All I knew was they were beefing. I didn't know so many melanin-dominant women was with Cardi. That shit blew my mind. Oh, y'all, okay. Some of them on here. They were like, watch it. Watch what? I don't even know the politics. Can we get that clear? I don't know. I just know that they was beefing. I just saw Nicki Minaj post something about evil stuff in the songs, and I'm like, all right, here go my cue. Cause you know what I mean? Like, huh? Nicki saying that. You know what I mean? So I just jumped in and like, no, not today, and left me. First lady did it. I just blocked her. I said, nobody care about you leaving. Then 2 more left. I blocked them 2. Then 5 more left after that. I said, I don't know. Maybe I should take that down. And on the way to take it down, 100 more left. I said, damn, I just lost 108 followers. Nigga. Y'all think I'm playing. That shit happened quick. I took that shit down quick. I said, this too much. They was unfollowing me fast. My analytics was like, yo, you good over there? I'm like, I don't know. I was just announcing a letter. They didn't like that shit. They said, nigga, we team Cardi. I'm not picking. And the stupid decision would be like, you know what, let me just do letter to Cardi. It's going to be more barbs. No, see, this is where you lost us. It was like 20,000 followers leave. You know them barbs don't play? That's who y'all thought it was. They got a reputation of just, them barbs going to dress up and assassinate your ass. That's what they going to do. They ain't going back and forth. When them barbs say, see, what I'm not going to do is go back and forth with you. Move, relocate. They already got your IP. Tired of this shit. Yeah, so letter to Nicki Minaj. I might post it on my story, be like, yo, who want to send something to this so we can do the letter. All right? I already got some people in the background ready, and we're going to put some funds together, record it, do a video, and put it out. Yeah, it was just a letter to Nicki Minaj. Like, I didn't say, Nicki, I'm with you. What? What? But again, it happened like that all the time. Like, I thought I was being witty. You can't be witty out here, nigga. You trying to be wise? When I put on that Trump 2020 shirt, they're like, I'm out. Who? I'm leaving. You a Trump supporter. I'm not a Trump supporter. Then why you got on a Trump 2020 shirt? You don't get it? You don't? Never mind. I don't. I tried. I lost too many people then. Now you can't be smart. So what y'all think, though? What y'all think about a letter to Nicki Minaj? We got letter to Sexy Red, letter to Lil Baby, letter to 21 Savage. It's been a while since we did a letter to one of the sisters. I know we got letter to Krishan. I ain't never put that out. What y'all think, though? You can play it? I don't have it yet. This ain't one of those situations where I'm just sitting here with it. I ain't even wrote it. I was like, in isolation, I was like, I'm about to write this shit. And I wrote like 2 paragraphs. And I was like, I'm done. I ain't never finished it. It ain't recorded yet. I'm going to ask one of the brothers to make a beat for it. Drop a letter for Nicki and Cardi. It's going to get attention just because both of them talked about and they got their stuff going. Nicki and Cardi. What y'all think about that? I ain't never did no dual letter. Letter to y'all too. Letter to y'all too. Y'all over here. A letter to them. What y'all think about that dual letter? Do a dual letter? Do a dual letter about the duel? They want a dual letter. Let them. Let her duel if she want to duel. I'll do a dual letter. Y'all want me to do a dual? I'm saying though. He said that'll be fire. Tour. The masses is gonna be confused. Nigga, you confused. You projecting. That would be interesting to drop both. Oh, okay, maybe. Man. Y'all finna make me have to work. This should be easy otherwise. So I'm finna have to, like, what y'all want me to do? Like a letter to Cardi, a letter to Nicki? Like drop both of them at the same time? Then they gonna be like, which side you on? I don't have a side. I just want to talk to y'all real quick. That's it. Oh, you can't come here without no side. I ain't got no side. They talking about each other kids. I heard while people were blocking me, they were like, you don't talk about nobody's kids. I'm like, I ain't say nothing about their kids. No, she said something about the kids. All right. What's so crazy though? Y'all know y'all be talking shit about people's kids. Y'all know y'all do. Y'all just don't be saying. Y'all don't be caught saying it. Tired of these baby kids. Da da da. She keep wanting me to watch her kids. These little ratchet ass kids. Da da da. Da da. Y'all know y'all talk shit about your other kids. That's not where y'all draw the line. That shit crazy. But if I say that, then some more people gonna block me. Some more people unfollow me. And be called sassy. You sassy. Why? Because you can't be making sense. Never mind. I'm out of this. I don't know. This is dangerous territory. I'm about to probably just trash the whole shit. Never mind. That's all you're going to hear. What happened, Faise? Nothing. It never happened. Some of this shit be like, nah, bro. I could use not using it. So if I do that, I'm going to be like, never mind. That's why I ain't told nobody to send out a dime yet. It's easy to post and say, everybody send it here. Y'all know we'll do it. We'll get it done quick. I talked to the people in the chat. I said, what y'all got on it? Shit. I said, they raised $700. They told me what they got. I ain't said send nothing yet. I don't even know if I should. That shit is terrifying. Then Nicki Minaj is a different damn being. You know what I'm saying? This shit different. You gotta be careful. You be gonna open up whole different doors and wars. So if I be like, never mind, just know I chose peace. I chose peace. Like when everybody wanted me to speak on Charlie Kirk, and I was like, I choose peace. And I just put that little paragraph up there. You know what I mean? I went and laid down. She got red crosses around her head. Yeah, but what else you see on the thing? What y'all read the cover? Y'all know how to read? What else you see? The whole time, some y'all just been looking at Nicki Minaj's face. You ain't even see the rest of the other stuff. You don't see the harlot riding the beast with the wine cup. You don't see none of that. You don't see the fire that they use to consume the harlot with. You don't see none of that. But here come the country community. I thought you were different. I am. What do you mean? I don't understand what you're saying. I thought you were different. Now here you are advocating for some. I just said I'm gonna do the letter. You don't even read. You haven't read the letter. I know you haven't read the letter because I haven't written the letter. So how you gonna read what I ain't wrote? Still, I'm always exposing. I'm always writing stuff for you to read, even in the images. Yeah. All right, y'all. It's 5:08. I've been on here long enough. So everybody got the message? He wanted everybody to know what was going on with Ramses and them, according to what it say, and he'll be home. And it's all about money. That's why I told y'all, all these folks selling his books online. The answer is no. Anybody saying they look, take this soundbite. Y'all ready? Go ahead, get it ready. Go ahead, screen record. Yeah. Okay, I see you. Okay, do your thing. Press it. There you go. Y'all ready? All right. Anybody selling Dr. Malachi Z. York's books online at all, do not buy from them. Don't buy them. You get the books from anybody in this chat right now that has the books for free. We have them for free. And if there's a site where they got them, send it to us. We'll go buy them. We'll have one person go and buy whatever the books are, and we'll give them out for free. We'll make the copies and give them out for free. I'm talking about online. Why? Because they're using his books to make money and they don't care about him. If it was otherwise, I'd be like, yo, support this person, that person, that person. They're doing this, that's good. No, these are scavengers. These are liars. These are thieves. And they don't care about him. And when I showed up, they didn't care about him. When I show up, you better have the most splendid act that you give a damn. And they didn't. So, no, don't send them a dime. They can take it. They can be mad. They can say whatever. We got to do this. We got to do that. He told us we could sell a book. He told people to open bookstores. How about go do that? Do that. Go open a bookstore And then you talk about whether or not you selling the books. He told people to open bookstores, and he gave them the permission to open the bookstores and hold his books and carry his books personally. Y'all niggas ain't heard from him. Y'all just want to make some money off his shit. Write your own damn books. And you put out your own doctrines or stories or lessons or, you know what I mean? And you make your money off that. Other than that, you should be more concerned about people getting the information than you are about you getting some money. Go work you a job, nigga. Don't have nothing to do with his books. Go get a job or go do something. Start a business. Don't have nothing to do with his books. Give his books out. He ain't getting a dime from it. And y'all ain't putting it in no pot that's going to the family or to something that's saved up for him when he get out. You just taking it. So don't send them nothing. I'm telling y'all. And if you want to do that, that's on you. I don't care what story they send you, what picture they send you when they was standing with him in 1972. I don't care nothing about none of that. They don't care about him, won't care about their pockets. Everybody get that? They don't care about him, won't care about their pockets. You see? They want to pocket the money. He said it. Let's go back to the message. It's all about money. Why he said they're making the books? He said what? To profit from it. You see that right there? They're using my works to profit from it. Look at the bottom. What it say? It is all about money. So sad. Truth is truth. Yeah, nun. Okay. It didn't even sign Baba yeah nun. You have to pay attention to that. It didn't even sign Baba yeah nun. It's signed Baba. It's signed yeah nun. Same name I've been saying for the past week. Y'all hear me? So don't send them nothing. I don't care what they tell you. Oh, you know, he gave us the permission to prove it. Prove it. And watch them pull up a call from 2004. Nigga, y'all niggas was my age. A lot of y'all niggas was like, what, 20 around that time, 20-something around that time, or younger. Y'all weren't the elders he was talking about that would have been in position to do that. You see? And a lot of y'all was children that's out here now trying to act like you know what I mean? Oh, you're doing something great for him. We got to get the information out. All right, you don't have to sell it. If it's about getting the information out, then why, when niggas found out we was putting the information out for free, did they delete all the books and the link? And we had to make our own links. Now ask me this, did we make them links? Exactly. We don't need you niggas to do shit. We made our own links and we put them out for free. So all that Faise One about money, then why am I not selling his books? I mean, all this shit, what do you say? Truth is truth. All this shit is easy to read. If I'm the one that's about money, I got the biggest following out of all y'all. Then why I didn't use that to sell his books? And say, come on, everybody, buy the information. We got to get it out. That'll be easy. You mean to tell me I'm sitting here actually writing my own books when all I got to do is just copy, paste, upload. Everybody buy from me. That's all I had to do. And I'm sitting here writing books and putting my thoughts on paper like he told us to do. He said one of the easiest ways, if you don't know how to get no funds going, what he told you to do, write a book. He said, write a book. He never said, the easiest way, if you don't know how to get no funds going, steal my work. Sell it. And then don't do nothing with it, but something for yourself. You see? Exactly. They get people together, and it's all about them. They don't get people together to help others. You see? We make stuff move, and people are able to see it the more they come around and say, man, this nigga's real. Yeah, I was raised by a real one, my Umi. And I have the real role model, the real model, Malachi. So it's a heart thing. You know what I mean? How you going to let somebody go without and you know you can help? I never understood that. So when I got in position, it ain't even just my thing. Okay, when I do fundraisers, like we've been doing even with the label thing, I don't have it myself, but I know we got it, right? So even when it's not just like the label, we doing that. We're doing stuff for the people in the families or the people that's around in the communities. They come to me. I might not have what they asking, but we can go to this group of people that everybody's working or doing whatever, but I tell everybody to work. Not so you can bring me your money, especially you brothers. I said, brother, ain't no way you supposed to be just sitting still and when stuff need to move, you ain't got it. Come on now. When you can, you should have overly enough to make stuff move. Just for it. I mean, you should have savings, money put to the side for when these sisters need something or something need to move with the family. Y'all, the women shouldn't even really have to budge. I'm just telling you how it needs to be. We don't really have it like that right now. And we making it be what we can. We're doing what we can. Everybody's doing great. You see? What it need to be, these sisters don't need to go in their pocket for nothing. How many of y'all in a relationship? You don't feel weird when you're all this, you see these niggas say, oh, what you bringing to the table? That's weird. I ain't never had to ask that. What you bringing to the table? What am I bringing to the table? Ultimately, in this reality, I'm the one that's making sure that it has to stay afloat. Okay? The sisters make sure that the float is there. You see what I'm saying? Some of y'all miss that. Right? All that. Don't you feel weird when your woman reach for the bill? You don't feel weird? You know what I'm saying? Some niggas like, no, she's supposed to do that. Take care of me. Take care of me. Like, what you? You know what I mean? It won't have no problem with them. I'm just saying, that's some of y'all niggas. Cause that's how they sound. Take care of me. Pamper me. What you talking about? That's never been our thing. What you bringing to the table? Cause no. You know what I mean? Ever heard somebody say something, you just want to grab the words and just stuff it back in their mouth? Like, that's not you. No. It's not you. It's not your thing. What do you mean, what she bringing to the... I mean, I'm going to have to see first, because... No! Stop ending your sentences with, because... No! Give them that back. You know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, they shouldn't have to go in their pocket for nothing. You know what I mean? If they do, it's because they just, you know, you got someone that's like, you know what I mean? What's that over there? And then you look over and they don't swipe their card. All right, those moments going to happen where they just do what they want to do because they're like, I'm going to help with something. Okay, let that be the situation. Other than, you know what I mean? You going to sit there and whistle when it's time. Ew, why you whistling? You know what I mean? Like, yo, do your part. And your part, our part, the brothers need to be the part. These sisters need to be having the emergency funds. That is just every nigga check just slowed up that week. It ain't nothing came through. That's emergency. You know what I mean? As far as them taking care of everything, that it shouldn't even be like that. So it's enough brothers coming together where if something happening, something moving, we might do an event or whatever, we need to cover that. You know what I mean? We might do something for the children. We need to cover that. We don't need to be asking these sisters nothing to let them. We need to cover that and we need to cover them. They need to know they cover and protect. That's it. You see? And if they want to pitch in whatever, they can. But what the sisters need to be working on is making sure there's life in whatever we done secure. We get the property. You know what I'm saying? We get the event space, whatever it is. They just make sure there's life booming through it. You know what I mean? Like they tried to send us to go get some food one time. Niggas they gonna look at the list and get exactly whatever it is they think is safe on there. You know? So I thought I was smart. I said the brothers got it. I was the cocky one. I had to go through my list. I said, no, the brothers got it. I said, brothers, they think we can't do it. Y'all gonna go to the store and we got it on the list. So ain't no way these niggas not gonna get. So I put deviled eggs on the list. I said, these niggas gonna get my deviled eggs because I was the one who ordered them. No, that nigga came back. When niggas came back, he said, first of all, niggas was at the store for 5 hours. Then they came back, we didn't see deviled eggs. Like, what do you mean you didn't see deviled eggs? Nigga, you get the eggs, you get the mayonnaise, you get the mustard, nigga, you get the women, sisters, help, these niggas is dumb, y'all right? We don't know nothing, we ain't worth a damn. I mean, she said yes, we are. Look, my point, listen, check this out. Niggas, they tried too. And what's so crazy is the reason why niggas was at the store that long, they was looking for the devil there. Like, where is the devil? They said, this nigga ain't laid not one egg. They calling Iblis, where the fuck you They say you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Ain't no eggs in none of these baskets. I'm telling you something that you probably don't know. See what I'm saying? Nigga came back. We didn't see no deviled eggs. You didn't see no. That was my test, though. That's why they set it up like that. Because everybody else got whatever they needed. Except me. I was a nigga that was a prideful one. So we gonna get this shit. Niggas, we know how to go to the fucking store. You know what I'm saying? I noticed I ain't saying myself. I said other niggas. I was peeking around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Can we do it? No, we can't. He said, we ain't see no devil eggs. You want us to go back? You know we don't want you to go back. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Sisters, they handle stuff like that. You know what I mean? Other than that, they shouldn't have to worry about nothing else. We getting it together, though. I'm so proud of everybody. Everybody be showing up, doing their thing. Should have said, would have had you. I bet you would have had me. You know what I mean? You've been around just long enough to know that we don't do certain things. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's all good though. So eventually we gonna have it. Certain. We keep growing, keep building, and you know what it's about. I told y'all don't get lost in the noise. I ain't never let go of the rope. I know what it's about. I mean, so he'll be home. You see it. You see him standing in here. Once I'm free, I will clean that up. You see, it's coming. He said he could feel his freedom. That's what one of the sisters told me recently. That he said that he could feel his freedom. It's happening. They gotta move. Y'all gotta move. Y'all gotta move. They gotta move out the way. They gotta move over. And you see all these other niggas moving out the way. They getting quiet out there. Cause ain't nothing out there. Y'all know that. I'm so proud of y'all. Don't take my jokes. Some of y'all might not know my character yet. You know what I'm saying? When I joke, listen to what I'm saying more. You see? Because some people knew they coming in. They need that comedy atmosphere. And Malachi said that. He said, sometimes you got to crack a joke. You don't put this on people. And sometimes it's too much for them. He said, you look at it and you realize the look on their face. He said, you got to crack a joke every now and again. Don't take it too serious. Brothers, when I get on y'all, don't take it too serious. Even sisters, don't take it too serious because before I was able to do any of this, please, I had to go through the chambers of fire. I had to go through thinking I knew stuff. I still do it every now and again. Thinking I know stuff, and then I have to go back to the drawing board. So don't take it like, he's singling me out or trying to down me or nothing like, you know. It's family. Sometimes you got to get on your people. Not y'all belong to me. Y'all don't belong to me. Get on your people, like the people you're doing something with. We have to realize we're actually doing something, and it's tough to get stuff like that to move. You see, everybody want to get on the internet, and then it's time to pull up and get together and make stuff happen. And everybody tuck their tail. But it ain't like that with this. I say, we about to make this move. Who can pull up? Da-da-da-da. Niggas is like, one brother told me, I'm 5 hours away, right? I'm over here in, I think it's South Carolina, North Carolina, whatever. I'm 5 hours away, da-da-da-da. I said, okay, cool, I'm going to let you know what's going on, right? So it took me about 5-6 hours to get back to everybody. Where was he at? He was already down here. That nigga was, he was down here. I said, look, I'm going to let you know what's moving in a hot second. That man said, all right, I'm already in Atlanta, so if you don't need me, I'm in Atlanta. If you do need me, I'm in Atlanta. Then I think he moved to Atlanta. Y'all think I'm playing. I think he just moved to Atlanta. Like 2 days later, 3 days later, he said, I think I'm going to be needed in Atlanta, so let me pick up my house. He took it and brought it here. He said, I'm in Atlanta now. I said, where you going? He said, no, I live here. I moved to Atlanta, so if y'all need me to do this, y'all need me to do that. What you talking about? You moved yesterday, and then you got to look at what you're not looking at, but I'm going to make sure you do. It ain't easy to find no damn house in Atlanta. That nigga found that house in 2.7 seconds. He said, I'll be right there. I'm ready for this nigga to go home. He like, I live here. He walked across the street. We neighbors. You need me? We went from talking on the phone to through the window. You good? What's happening? What we need to do? Shit. That's called efficient. I'm like, sometimes y'all have to, okay, let me take my mind and show y'all. Y'all have to deal, like y'all have to see what I deal with mentally sometimes. Sometimes I got to take a deep breath, like, what am I doing? Not what am I doing, like what have I become? No, I mean, what am I doing? Like, yo, this is actually happening. Sometimes I had to stop and think, like, yo, wait a minute. Like the last time everybody got together and the brothers was doing what the brother, when y'all pulled up, I wasn't ready. I told everybody else they wasn't ready, right? Y'all pulled up, I wasn't ready. Listen, it was niggas 20 cars deep. They pulled up 20 cars deep. All you see is hazard lights. You know what I'm saying? Niggas pulled up and hopped out, all black, this and that. I said, yo, I had to get ready, get sober real quick. I said, hold on. Because you got it in your mind and then it show up and it's like, and no, ain't no nigga slipping. It'd be different if you got this one nigga slipping. It was, listen, only ones who was like slipping, the niggas wasn't a part of the walk, the order. So when it was asked to me, yo, what's up with that person? What's up with that person? I said, they never joined the motion. So it was different. But I told people, I said, you're going to be able to tell the difference between the ones who walk in SBI, the ones who not. That's why I asked the brothers after that. I said, all right, now which one of y'all, who going to be ready now? Because you able to see what these brothers is coming on. Man, please, niggas showed up, boom. Everybody was, and here's what I want y'all brothers to pay attention to. Real leadership, real leaders. Did any of them sisters walk onto the property when y'all stood in the street? No. When y'all stood in the street and didn't walk onto the property, guess who stood there with y'all? The sisters. They said, we don't see none of these strong brothers moving. We ain't moving. You see that? Because I told y'all, I said, don't enter the property till I come and grab you and put you on post. You notice that the sisters didn't move? You see, they stood there waiting too. They were watching y'all and seeing what y'all did, and whatever y'all did, they followed suit. Don't tell me sisters don't want men to lead. They don't want weak men to lead. Imagine y'all niggas were leaning on the cars, chilling, smoking, vibing. They would have walked right past y'all, walked onto the property, and they would have had to have their own back on. You know what I mean? No. When they pulled up, they stood and they waited because y'all was standing and waiting. They just don't want the brothers to be weak. That's it. You know what I mean? I agree with them. Don't y'all agree with them? So all that stuff they kicking out there, that division and gender, all that, it's fake. There was no force. The brothers weren't forcing their hand. The sisters weren't forcing theirs. It was working. You see? I watched brothers too. Sisters walk past, brothers' heads was facing straight. Ain't no nigga whistling. Ain't no nigga breaking his neck. I watch niggas. Oh, y'all understand? I wear them shades. So I'm always watching. You know what I'm saying? Nah, niggas, for what I saw, and that's what matters. Because if I get around you in proximity at all to see you, and I see you can't hold your head straight, then yeah, you ain't on point. I don't give a damn if as soon as I turn, you snuck a peek. I didn't see you. Do you get what I'm saying? Same way with the sisters. They shouldn't see you. That's how you on business. You gonna see what you see. It's natural to see what you see. But nigga, you can't hold your head up. But I didn't have that issue at all. We didn't have that issue at all. The brothers got on post and they stood there for hours. It wasn't no, all right, y'all stand out here for 10 minutes. Okay, we put on a display. All right, cool. All right, y'all ready? All right, break. And then everybody going, no. Niggas stood there for hours. And their best friend was water. Niggas walked around handing water. You got to learn this school. Learn this. Sometimes one brother had to take a break. Okay, take a break. Get back up. Go on. But you can't lay down out here. You going on inside. Now, I know that heat beaming down, all that, yeah. Going on inside. Okay, you good? All right, come back out here. That's why we passing y'all water. Don't just stand there with the water. It's not decoration. Drink it. Hydrate yourself. Was Omari sitting there in the cool of the house? Said, how are my men? I mean, tell the truth. Was I sitting in my house on a throne? You know what I mean? How are my men doing? Are they in shape? No, I was walking around out there with y'all, running around out there with y'all. Did you ever see me sit before it was time? We out there moving. Did I sit there? Did I sit on the car? I walked up to some of my blood brothers because I told them to get involved. They did well for people that hadn't had no training. My brothers, my actual blood brothers, they did well because they hadn't had no training. Them niggas came up talking. They didn't know what was going on, but they got right on point. And I saw them. I saw it all in their face. The niggas ain't had nothing to eat. They like, you know what I mean? And I had to give them sign language, say, nigga, it's almost time. You got about 3 more hours. 3. Nigga was trying to lean on the car. I just grab him, lean off the car. We don't do that. You stand up straight, and you'll see why. I know how I sound. I know who I sound like, but don't get it twisted. I'm not saying I'm him. I don't even know what it's for yet. I know what it's for, but I don't know what it's for. Because I had my idea, and then we got there, and then I seen it, and it's like, I think I overstand. And even though I think I overstand, it's like, all right, y'all got to have the doctrine. Do you get what I'm saying? I didn't say, now, all SBI, make sure y'all read my books and da-da-da-da, woo-woo, and then y'all follow after me and be like, no. Y'all have to have the doctrine. Y'all got to know the language. I get it. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? And I was told in a dream by Malachi, get them all together. This was almost 2 years ago. Get them all together. And so, here we go, and we started. Which is why we got to be ready to make moves. You ain't no telling when. I might get up 1 a.m. and be like, all right, everybody, get here in 24 hours. And you got to make moves. You see? But don't get it twisted. The ones behind it ain't who you see. The one behind it, you don't see him. Don't think he ain't involved. Because this ain't me. I feel the Ansar genes activated, my dad. I feel certain things activated, sense certain things activated in me that are going to be used for this. And I actually want to take some time to specifically honor and thank the elder brothers, meaning elder than myself. I'm 27. All of y'all who are older than me, who didn't make it weird, you see what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all didn't make it weird that I give instruction. You see what I'm saying? You didn't make it weird that I say, now we're going to do this. Here's the next thing. You just walk with me. I didn't sense no age barriers. I didn't sense none of that. And I was also looking for, because y'all don't understand. If y'all can still hear me, because I know that they got this group, they keep adding me in. I'm about to find out how my settings is to cut off that everybody ability to call me. Somebody just call me. But yeah, I got respect for y'all, the elder brothers, right? It's just in my genes to respect y'all, those who respect the boy. And when I saw how much respect y'all had for me, that was humbling. It still is. I'm not one of those people who got the big head, say, I got this piece following me, I got these people following. Like, that shit was humbling to me. So I just take the time to honor y'all. Not to... Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm not saying to not honor the ones younger than me. I'm saying it specifically to honor those older than me, and then everybody else also. You see, but that meant a lot because I'm looking like, okay, let me see how this moves. Man, y'all didn't. It wasn't no animosity. This is how I know it's real. Sometimes you got to see your own fruit. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I know it's real. All that we can't get along, people can't. No, yes, we can. Sometimes it take the right person. You see? If you get all these people together, ain't nobody getting into no fight. You ain't got to break nothing up. I'm talking brothers ain't fighting. Sisters ain't fighting. Nobody fighting. You see? Everybody working together. And it got done. You see what I'm saying? I said, no brothers in the kitchen. No brothers cleaning the kitchen. That one of the brothers overrode what I said because one of the sisters asked them to do the dishes. I literally specifically said, no brothers do dishes. Clean everything else. And I said it should only take you 9 minutes to get everything clean. I learned that from my Umi. Right? I said it'll only take you 9 minutes to get everything clean. No brothers doing dishes. By the time we get there, everything will happen. Come in the kitchen, nigga doing dishes. I said, why you doing dishes? One of the sisters asked me to do dishes. She walked in, oh, he wasn't supposed to do dishes? I said, nah, he ain't supposed to be doing no dishes. I said, I don't want no brothers doing the dishes. It's just, y'all overstand, because I don't know why. But you'll overstand eventually, right? And also following instruction. He thought he was in trouble. I said, you're not in trouble, bro. You know what I mean? Because, we can act like we got authority, but the way the sister even walked in, oh, he ain't supposed to be doing dishes. Nah, he he might be good. I'm just trying to work it out, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because they really run the show. The women run it. I told the sisters who was, around, I said, they thinking I organized this shit. Really, it's y'all. Y'all made it happen. Because, I told you they'll do that. You come up with an idea, they be like, are you sure that's what you want to do? You want to do it that way, or do you want to do it this way? That's the time when you start realizing how wise you are, right? The first option, your option, they're saying no, right? And they give you the option, not that's better, that you're going to do, if you're wise. So I just started being like, okay, I'm wise. You sure you want to do it like that, or have you considered how many people we got to feed? I didn't consider shit. I was thinking, it's going to be like this. We made some peanut butter jelly. Nope. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they really run a lot of this stuff. So we ain't had no problems, no issues. This is big. So sometimes I be having to take a deep breath like, yo, it's And everybody looking. I know people that know me, mama included, like just looking at how everything is. My Umi, she gonna pull up and joke. She pulled up. She ain't know we wasn't talking because I ain't tell her. A lot of people didn't know. Most people didn't know. I think only 2 people might have known. People was right around me, but she ain't know wasn't gonna be no talking from the brothers. So she pulled up. She like, oh, I ain't supposed to say nothing. And I had to sign to her like, no, the brothers can't talk. Y'all good. She like, oh, we can talk. The brothers can't talk. Y'all can't talk. Y'all can't say nothing. I can't hear you. And she went to the sister. We can talk, right? We can talk. Ooh, we can talk. Let's talk. Say things. I'm like, this lady here. She need to hurry up and get in the fucking building. But I'm telling you, listen, that's who. When it all is over, the ones who gonna really be running it is the sisters. So she gotta come like that. You know what I mean? And it gotta be space for that. Or we can talk. They can't talk. That I just gotta roll my eyes. Here she go. She doing a little Egyptian walk. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Like, who you want to talk? Like, oh, you can't say nothing. Hey, Rahu bad. Oh, you can't. Okay. I'm like, she gonna do this the whole way in the building. You know what I'm saying? Just one hand on her back, just slightly ushering. Just come to the get in the house. You know what I mean? It was beautiful. All y'all donating everything like that. Look, it's certain things we're going to be able to do certain things like because of y'all. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no small. It was a huge situation. And it was seen. Got people coming out their house trying to figure out what's going on. Like, what is this? You don't see and then another big thing, even when we went to the studio. First of all, I never knew the nigga that was at the studio was APD. That nigga told me that. I found out when y'all found out. So don't be thinking niggas was being set up. What I told y'all, we don't do no marijuana. We don't do none of that. Nigga don't bring no drugs. We don't smoke. You know what I'm saying? And be ready and have your shit registered if you carry it, all that. Man, I didn't know that nigga was APD. And I done known this nigga for years. That nigga told me when he told y'all. And when he called me to the back to have that talk with me, that nigga showed me his badge, paperwork. I said, this nigga been the police the whole time. No wonder why he done dealt with me a certain way. Say, you a good man. You a good man. You moved the right way. What the hell? That's why the nigga be walking in and looking around and shit. I'm thinking the nigga just looking around. No, that nigga's the fucking police. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I ain't know that. You know what I'm saying? But he was able to see what was moving, and he spoke highly of how y'all was showing up. You know, you hear a rapper coming with a whole bunch of niggas and a whole bunch of people, sisters included. The police think marijuana, drugs, guns and whatnot. They don't think that you can move disciplined and decent like that, and we did. But I did not know that nigga was a damn police. I'm like, it had to be something about this nigga. I ain't talking about the engineer. I'm talking about his dad. I ain't know that. I said, that shit took me out. I said, this nigga been APD the whole damn time. That how it be. He always did have this look. I'm like, okay. I thought he might have been an Army vet. Nah, that nigga, you used to dial 911, that nigga pick up. Hello. Yes, hello. So y'all did well. I mean, we did well everywhere we went. Went to the Tassili Raw Reality. Y'all had Tassili calling for me. The owner of the estate, the business, was calling for me. I get on the phone. She like, so what's going on? I'm like, we just getting food. She had to laugh. I said, I'm just getting food. This is how we riding. Because it's 20 niggas outside securing the perimeter. Got niggas across the street. I look across, I see Float standing by the stop sign. I said, somebody go get Float. Why is he? Float said, ain't nobody gonna hit this stop sign today. I don't know. So I said, why is Float at the stop sign? Niggas was in the crosswalk. I was like, yo. They didn't know what was going on. One of them tried to talk to one of my folks. Said, what y'all got going on? I come outside. I say, hey, yo. I say, yo. He looked back. I'm like, what going on? He like, oh, he just want to know. I said, oh, we ain't over there, though. He like, all right, and went back to post. He won't talk to these folks. The hell? Oh, he want to know what's going on. Okay, a little too late for that. Yeah, what you nosy for? Just watch. You know what I mean? That nigga's carrying, nigga's secure. The sister's inside. One nigga was talking to me. I don't know how he found out we were moving, but he seen, I don't know how he found it was me, but he found it was came in to speak to me, spoke to me, whatever. I seen he wasn't no threat. Then, oh, you do music, da-da-da-da, woo-woo. And shook her hand. Nigga by name. I said, yo. And he was like, I hear you. And he went on out the door. Because what you going to say? You know what I'm saying? Now, if you can't hear, you might got to go out and come back in. But yeah, I mean, he went on up out that door. And I told the brother what I told y'all, the brothers who was around after that, what I say. That'll never happen again. You know what I'm saying? And they can't tell why he shook her hand. That don't ever happen again. You can't touch the sisters. You can't even get near the sisters. You see? I don't know why, but it got to that point where I know where we going. I know why we're going there. And I think it'll be even more clear because it ain't over. It'll be again. That's why I put the message out there. I said, listen, brothers, they'll vouch. I said, listen, I don't think nobody gonna be, but this ain't one of them time to come playing unless you ready to commit suicide. Listen, hood nigga school don't prepare you for this. You unless you just ready to tap out. Don't come. You got snipers on you. It ain't one of those situations where it's little. You see what I'm saying? Oh, nobody snipers. You got snipers on you. You know what I'm saying? So you think it's a game. It's unseen eyes. It's more than what it looked like. So I got to shout out everybody who did their part, sisters included. Sisters, don't think y'all not getting y'all shout out. You know what I mean? We wouldn't have eaten if it weren't for y'all. I don't know what y'all put in the like the vegan meatballs, all that. Actually, I do know. They told me. So I'm gonna let the niggas figure it out unless they told y'all. I thought I was special when they told me though. So I'm gonna hold on to it. But yeah, the stuff y'all made, the food, we wouldn't have eaten if it weren't for. Actually, I think one of the brothers grilled too. One of the brothers got on the grill. Unc got on the grill. Unc got on the grill for real. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, listen, I'm so proud of everybody. And we got more work to do, and Malachi gonna be home. There's some stuff I'm gonna say, but I'll say it on the 19th in person. Some stuff I want to tell y'all, but I have to tell you in person. And when I tell you, don't wait. Like, don't drag your feet when I tell you what to do to get your stuff in order. All right? You got to just make the moves and prioritize it. But I'm going to tell y'all to get certain stuff in order. You know what I mean? You don't just, listen, when you find out the lamb is coming or the lion. When you find out he about to touch, you know what I'm saying, the grounds, you don't move like he not. You hear me? When they say, get your house in order, they say, what? Do it today. They didn't say, whenever you get a chance. They said, no, get your house in order. It wouldn't even be as spiritual. They say, whenever you get a chance. Even if they say, as soon as possible. No, they say, today. To get your house in order. Right? What they say, what else? Was it? Do it. Because I know, get your house. They say, I know Jesus is coming. No man knows where or when. It's one of those situations when bro might walk up and you might not recognize him because, again, you've been looking at images and pictures and stuff like that before 2002, most of y'all, right? I've seen him, though. I've seen him in prison. Not physically went to go see him. I saw an image of him. One second, y'all. Y'all can hear me? All right. Main point being, y'all, when it's time, you gotta get your house in order. So everything right now is good news. That's all I'm hearing. That's all we doing. That's all we making. Good news, good moves. Shout out to everybody. That's a part of it either way. Zuwin ain't winning, right? I'm gonna start calling his ass Zulus. You know what I'm saying? He ain't winning. Shaitan isn't prevailing. And they know they got to move out the way. They starting to do stuff now. You're gonna see how I know this stuff eventually. But he on the way out. They got to move out the way. And it ain't, you know what I mean? You'll see. All right. I think we clear. So y'all got the message for today. There you go. You can screenshot it. Let this be known by all. I'm just doing my part. All right. We'll see. All that, whether or not he said it, all that. We'll see. I heard what I heard. But we'll see. Let's just keep watching. Because you know this ain't going to be the end. Okay? All right. And I think they went in today. Today's Sunday, y'all? They went in today. So it's going to be some more stuff. Because I think they go in and see him around 3, 4. And then they leave and then they make their way back into the state. Or not into the state, but into D.C., New York, one of them. But if today is Sunday, I think they want to go see him again. Because this came from yesterday's visit. If I'm not mistaken. All right. I love y'all. I do so I should. Keep your eyes on the prize. All right. Peace in the Lamb. Peace in the Lamb is truly wonderful. I do so I should. Divine love.